As we honor America with the singing of our national anthem, please welcome Rochelle Larson.
Oh, say, can you
they're doing the anthem, yeah, so we'll go to a break. Thanks.
Light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Make some noise for Rochelle.
All right, we come to you live
Please
from
welcome out
David
now
Story
for
Field
tonight's
here at
ceremony
Lower
of
Columbia
first
College in
pitch.
Longview,
Keegan
Washington.
Wright,
My name is Zach
representing the
Smolin, here to
grass
take you
party
through
on the
all the
party
action between the
Remember
1-1
to pick up your
Cowlitz
free
Black Bears
2021
and the
souvenir
Walla
program
Walla
at Easter
Sweets,
Games this
who are
evening.
1-0. We're inside our
photos
quick
and articles
pregame
and
coverage
pieces
right now.
scorecard
The Black
can be
Bears
viewed
lost
tonight.
a tough
Also
1-0
view the
affair last
program at
night against the
Blackbears.
Sweets. They mustered just
.com.
3 hits, but the pitching was excellent. How about Miles Davis? 6 innings pitched and his no decision, allowed just 3 hits.
Oh, what a beauty.
Struck out
Yeah,
6,
make
walked
some
just
noise.
2, and did not allow any runs. Also some base hits off the bats of Matty Fung, Sean Mulcair, and Wilson Weber. Matty Fung with the double. On the other side for the Sweets, the hero of the game was Justin Foles, who hit that RBI single in the 8th. They got 3 hits that inning, and that was the big difference. Their pitching staff for Walla Walla, they struck out 10, walked 3, threw 64% of their pitches for strikes. And they just had a really good changeup and all-speed pitches from all of their arms out there yesterday. Tonight they'll be starting Brandon Llewellyn. He's 5-1 with a 3.37 ERA, 43 strikeouts and 23 walks in 50 2/3 innings pitched. For Pepperdine, he stands at 6'2", 155 pounds. On the other side for the Cowlitz, Kelly Austin, you see him warming up right now, pitched at Orange Coast College. He's 6 foot, 205 pounds, went 6-0 in 7 starts with a 1.57 ERA, 57 strikeouts and 15 walks in 46 innings. We're going to take a very, very quick 30-second break, but when we come back, lineups, first pitch baseball right here on KEDO and the Black Bears TV network.
Up to bat first for the Walla Walla Sweets, playing right
All right,
field.
hello and welcome. It's
Ryberg.
game time here at David Story Field. Again, the Black Bears taking on the Walla Walla Sweets. My name is Zach Smolin to bring you through all 9 and, if necessary, some free baseball and more. So on the mound right now is Kelly Austin starting for the Black Bears up against Seth Ryberg. Ryberg is ready. Austin is ready. Let's do it here in Longview. First pitch is a fastball down and outside, and we are underway here in Washington. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out. We will give you the full Sweets lineup after this next pitch from Kelly Austin. And the 1-0 pitch from Austin is a fastball right up there for striking the count 1-1. Here's your full list of Walla Walla Sweets for this evening's matchup. Seth Ryberg, the right fielder, leads off with Chris Conniff batting second and playing second. Batting third and playing third is Justin Foles, with Cesar Lopez cleaning things up in left field. In the 5 spot is Connor Cirillo, the shortstop, with Colin Wetterau at first base. Hitting 6th, this is popped way up over toward third, but Brock Bozet is right there, and he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. So let's finish up this lineup here for you. In the 7th spot is Jack Sheward, the catcher, and Hitting 8th is the DA, Caden Delosier. Batting 9th is Cameron Butler, the center fielder. So here comes Chris Conniff to the plate. He was the best hitter on either side of the baseball. There was only 10 total hits between these two teams, and Conniff got a pair of them. He's a left-handed batter with an open stance. First pitch to Conniff is a strike, and the count 0-1. The Walla Walla Sweets in their road grays with Walla written across the front in blue with a white trim. Also a little 2 on top of the final A, so it's Walla squared for the double Walla Walla. As the next pitch, also a strike on the outside corner. Count 0-2. They have gray pants and they have all blue numbers on the back with navy blue socks with a very thick red stripe going across, sandwiched between a couple of white stripes. Now the 0-2. Splitter is downstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Kelly Austin, just a sensational pitcher out of Orange Coast College, went 6-0 with a 1.57 ERA, 57 strikeouts, and 15 walks in just 46 innings. This is grounded sharply to third. Bozet's there, Fields fires to first, and he got him. Nice strong throw right across the diamond to Jacob Burley, and that's out number 2. So let's meet the defense for the Cowlitz Black Bears with 2 away here in the top of the first inning. Henry Mensch is in left field with Toriano Sweet drawing the start in center. Jace Bailey is in right field. Brock Bozet mans the hot corner at third with Matthew Schwartz at shortstop. Matty Fung over at second, and Jacob Burley at first base. Behind the plate is Wilson Weber, and on the mound is Kelly Austin as he takes on another left-hander in this order, and Justin Foles, who skies one into center field. Sweet is there, camps under it, and makes the grab for the final out of the inning. So a quick one here in the top of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. A 2-minute inning here at David Story Field as we head into the bottom of the first in a scoreless tie, and Cowlitz coming to bat. You're tuned into Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on KEDO and the Black Bears Television Network.
Tomorrow for a free case of bottled water.
All right, welcome back to the action here in Longview. The Cowlitz Black Bears coming to bat against Brandon Llewellyn, and let's meet these Black Bears that will be coming up and trying to score some runs against them. Matty Fung will lead off at second base, and batting second will be Henry Mensch, the left fielder. Jace Bailey is in right, hitting third with Wilson Weber, the catcher, cleaning things up. Jacob Burley's at first base, batting fifth with Brock Bozet in the sixth spot at third base. Batting seventh is Matthew Schwartz, the shortstop, with Toriano Sweet in center, batting eighth. And rounding out the order, batting ninth, is the designated hitter, Josh Schleichhardt. So it'll be all up to Fung here, and he's off to a really nice start to the season. Fung was 1 for 3 yesterday with a walk. He hit a double and also scored a run in his first game back on Wednesday. And the first pitch to Fung is sliced foul over on the left side, and the count 0-1. And Brandon Llewellyn, a Pepperdine product, also an IMG Academy product. That school in Bradenton, Florida, just really knows how to pump out the good players. Currently, Jason Worth's son down there playing. I saw them as I was calling a high school tournament there this March as Llewellyn misses low 1-1. So the pitcher on the mound here, right-hander, stands at 6'2", 155 pounds, so a slender figure, but he does throw hard. He was 5-1 in his Pepperdine season with a 3.37 ERA, 43 strikeouts, 223 walks, and 50 2/3. He's one of the younger guys on this team as they throw over to first now in time. This team's got a good mix of guys coming into college and JUCO players, as well as some big-time D1 talents as well. Again, the second baseman, Conniff, can't get there and drops the baseball. And moving on over to second base that time is Henry Mensch, who had a great read. They're going to call that one a hit. And the Black Bears with back-to-back base hits to get this started.
From Oregon State.
Yeah, Mensch did a really good job that time going halfway down the line. And as soon as he saw Conniff trip over Cameron Butler, he knew that it was time to turn on the Jets and get to second base. So here comes Wilson Weber to the plate. As I mentioned yesterday, he was 1 for 4. He's 1 for 5 on the season with a walk, a run scored, and a run batted in. There's 2 men on and 1 away. First pitch to Weber here. Weber and Burley on and on deck, respectively. Gallants have not scored since the 8th inning on Wednesday. Of course, they had Thursday off. As this one is low again, and Schuer blocks it. He's able to get the glove down. 2 balls and no strikes. And we know this Black Bears team can hit. I was talking to Aaron Matthews, the hitting coach, before the game, and he mentioned to me that he still wants his guys to get up there and have an aggressive approach. He just wanted to make sure that they know to lay off some of those pitches that they can't do too much with. And we're seeing that a lot here with Llewellyn's breaking ball that's dipping low as he fires a strike with that breaking ball right at the knees.
Walla Walla Sweets,
And to count 2 balls and 1 strike. This evening's umpires for you. John Poland is behind the plate with Chad Little over in the field. That's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. And the count even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men on. Weber sets. Llewellyn sets. There we go. Pitch to Weber. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. It's in the dirt, so they got to try to make the play over at first base. They complete it, and Weber is down on strikes for out number 2.
Up to the plate now, Jacob Burley.
So now it'll be up to Jacob Burley to get the job done here. It's his first game not behind the plate for Cowlitz. He had back-to-back starts at catcher, and he'll be moving over to first base. I have a feeling we'll see him and Weber swap spots as the year goes on. Burley is 1 for 6 on the year with a walk and a run batted in. Also stolen a base from Brown University. And the first pitch to him is swung on and chopped over to third. And he bobbles it, continues to bobble it, goes off his hand and his glove. 1 run will score. That's Henry Mensch. And the Black Bears take a 1-0 lead off of that tapper by Jacob Burley.
Welcome to the plate,
So that officially ruled as an error on the play, but hey, the Black Bears will take it whatever way they can get it.
He's here from Spokane Falls College.
So Jacob Burley able to get one in here. No RBI because of the error. Now there's 2 down and a run up on the board for Cowlitz. And the first pitch to Brock Bozet is inside. 1 ball, no strikes. And they throw over to first. Do they have him? No, they do not. Have to keep an eye on him. Plenty of speed from the man studying at Brown. To follow us as Austin's first offering. Yep, just as he started everybody else off with. A nice looking strike on the end of the ball over to left and center field. That's where the wind's coming in from. If you want to try to hit it out here at David Story, your best bet is to try to get it out and right. And we saw that yesterday. The ball was carrying out there a lot better. But the fly balls, even the line drives to left and center field, they just die out there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lopez waiting in scoring position on second base. And the Black Bears right-hander delivers off speed upstairs. He got him. So after giving up a leadoff base hit, back-to-back strikeouts from Kelly Austin. Strikes out the side and puts an exclamation point on the top of the second inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left to board. We are done with 1.5. Black Bears lead at 1-0 with Cowlitz coming to bat in the bottom of the second inning. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on 99.1 FM, 1400 AM KEDO Longview, and the Black Bears TV network.
You can see all the promos.
It's a gorgeous day here at David Story Field, and we're so happy to have the fans back. I know we were talking about it yesterday, but it's just great to see this community rally around this team each and every year. Actually, it's somebody's graduation party, and they're hanging out on the Bob's Sporting Goods party deck, and that's a great place to be because you're right by our sensational concession stand. And Cammy Gray over there doing a nice job inside, running parts of that operation. It's 57, but it feels so much warmer out here today. It's just a beautiful day. As the first pitch to Brock Bozet is a strike on the outside corner, and the count 0-1. It's going to be Bozet, Schwartz, and Sweet, 6, 7, 8, after the Black Bears were able to put up 1 run on 2 hits in the last inning. And Bozet swings and misses, and that pitch from Llewellyn that he likes to put down there is causing a lot of big uppercuts from this Khaled squad. So no balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. We're just getting going here in Longview, but always good to see the Black Bears up as he swings and misses, strike 3. So 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and Bozet down with a forward-facing K for out number 1 as Matthew Schwartz trots up to the plate. Schwartz is 2 for 9 in the young season in his 2 games with a couple of runs scored and 1 driven in. And Llewellyn looks like he's really comfortable in all of his different pitches as this is tapped foul on the right side, 0-1. Throws pretty much over the top and generates a lot of power despite weighing just 155 pounds. So he's got some good mechanics out there, and that's to be expected from good programs such as IMG Academy for high school and Pepperdine University. Missed low there, 1-1. Toriano Sweet waits on deck. He's making his second start in 3 games. And the 1-1. Swung on and hit it high in the air to center field. Butler is there in the gap and makes the grab for out number 2. And that's what we talked about, the ball just kind of dying out there. That ball was hit pretty hard and high in the air, but just stopped carrying as Butler is there to make the grab. So there's 2 outs. Toriano Sweet steps to the plate, and let's meet the Walla Walla Sweets defense that he'll try to get the ball past. Cesar Lopez is in left field with Cameron Butler in center. Seth Ryberg is in left. Justin Foles mans the hot corner at third base with Connor Cirillo at short. Chris Conniff at the Keystone second base, and Colin Wetterow at first. Behind the plate is Jack Sheward and Brandon Llewellyn, who just dunked a strike right there on the outside corner with the curveball, is on the mound. Sweet was 0 for 3 against Ridgefield in his first game. Big-time line drive hitter, just loves hitting. I was talking to him during the opening practices here in Longview. He said he loves to watch guys like Trey Turner, Tim Anderson, big-time contact line drive guys that have some pop when they need it. That's what he models his swing after, as swings and misses that time, up and in the count 1-2. And you'll notice that he has less of an uppercut. He has a very old-school downhill swing.
Sweet at the plate now.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Base is empty for the Black Bears, looking to get something going with 2 away. Next pitch to him, and lays off that breaking ball down and outside. A good take as he evens it out at 2-2. Scoreboard full of 2s. At bat number 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Black Bears with a pair of hits. And the Sweets righty deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He's going to hustle down to first. Sheward picks it up, fires over to the bag, and sends him out for the final out of the inning. So Llewellyn comes right back and sends him down 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're done with 2 here in Longview with the Black Bears up 1-0, and Walla Walla coming to bat in the top of the 3rd. You're tuned into Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on KEGO and the Black Bears Television Network.
Friends, coworkers, take a fun photo, post it online.
Whoa, yeah, you can hear it. It's a little windy out here in Cowlitz, but it's all good. The Black Bears lead at 1-0 here in the top of the third. Kelly Austin back out for his third inning of work as we saw the on-field action game. They were playing something called the clawfish catch, I think, where they had a couple of kids wearing two big foam Cowlitz Black Bear claws, and they had to try to catch some rubber fish. I don't know. Apparently they were good at it over there, as we saw during the break, and they can't be as good as Kelly Austin's pitch so far. Just the one hit allowed, and Austin already with 3 strikeouts, all of them in the last inning, as he struck out the side after surrendering a leadoff base hit. He'll face off against Caden DeLozier, Cameron Butler, and Seth Ryberg. That's 8-9-1, so very close to closing out his first time through the order. And DeLozier yesterday just drew a pair of walks. That's it. And the first pitch from Austin, swing and a miss. And the count 0-1. And yeah, Austin is blowing that 91 mile an hour past everybody out there. 91 mile an hour fastball, excuse me. As the 0-1 is in the dirt. Nice block there by Wilson Weber, and the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Black Bears already a lot of improvement at the plate from their last game. They have 1 run on the board on those 2 hits that they got back in the first inning, as DeLozier swings and misses 1 and 2. And you see that with Kelly Austin. This is not lightning in a bottle for him. He's just got some serious swing and miss stuff. He's got 4 pitches, working on a 5th one, and could be incredibly dangerous on the mound when he ends up coming out of college. And he had a spectacular year at Orange Coast College this year. We mentioned before, 6-0 with a 1.57 and 57 strikeouts in 46 innings. Yeah, those numbers don't happen by accident, as you're seeing or listening to right before your very eyes and ears, as DeLozier able to foul another one off. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Cascade Natural Gas reminds you to call 811 before you dig.
And Austin can be nice and relaxed out there on the mound, and keep in mind that he's got an excellent defense behind him, so even if he can't get some of those swings and misses he's looking for, the gloves of Fung, Bozet, Bailey, just to name a few in this infield, and then in right field, they've got his back, and they can do an excellent job. So here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is 4 consecutive strikeouts for Kelly Austin, who is just feeling it out here tonight in Longview. That's 1 away. So now Cameron Butler, one of the rare right-handed hitters in this Walla Walla Sweets order, steps up. Butler was 0 for 3 yesterday with a strikeout. And the first pitch is downstairs for a ball. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Austin only at 30 pitches now, 23 across the plate. And he kicks, fires, 1-0. Good looking fastball there, right on the outside corner, 1-1. And if Austin misses with 1 pitch, don't expect him to miss in the same spot again. He's got some really nice fastball command here working today. Another kick delivery and another strike for him. I feel like he's been in 1-2 counts a lot in the early going. Let's see how many times that's happened. And yeah, it's been 7 times, and he's thrown a strike every single one of them. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Let's see if he goes down to that splitter here. And he deals. He does go with the breaking ball and gets the swing and a miss from Butler. Strike 3. 5 straight Ks out of the hands of Kelly Austin. How about this young man? And now we will see Seth Ryberg stepping up, 0 for 1 with a flyout.
Correction, Seth Ryberg.
And now Austin sets, kicks, delivers first pitch, and nails that outside corner. And he's just having full command of all his pitches on every part of the plate here today. No balls, 1 strike, 2 away, bases empty. Only the 1 base runner so far. As the 0-1 swung on and tapped over to short. Picked up by Schwartz, Fields fires over to first and sends him down for the final out of the inning. So another 1-2-3. His second of the ball game couple of strikeouts and a ground out here. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left aboard. At the end of 2.5, Black Bears 1, Sweets nothing, and Cowlitz coming to bat at the bottom of the third. You're tuned into Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on KEDO and the Black Bears Television Network.
They'll learn batting, throwing,
And I wonder what works better in protecting good things right there, Weather Guard or Kelly Austin's pitching, because right now he's been excellent protecting this 1-0 lead as Josh Schleichhardt, Matty Fung, and Henry Mensch will head up to the plate as they look to try to add a few runs here. Brandon Llewellyn out there for another inning of work, and he's done well besides that first inning where he gave up the 1 run on 2 hits. As the first pitch to Schleichhardt is a strike, count 0-1. Schleichhardt was 0 for 2 with a strikeout back on Wednesday. Next pitch for Llewellyn, and he catches that low and outside corner to jump ahead 0-2. And yeah, great to see fans back here today. Gus Farah, the GM, in attendance today, as well as Tony Bonacci, our owner. As Schleichhardt swings and misses, it's in the dirt, and picked up by the catcher who fires to first and sends him down for out number 1. So that's the second play in a row defensively that the Sweets have done that. First time happened to Toriano Sweet, and now to Josh Schleichhardt as Matty Fung will come up to the plate. Fung 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging his first time up, as he unfortunately was on the bad end of a very filthy Llewellyn breaking ball. First pitch, though, is outside in the right-hander's batter's box, 1-0. These two teams so far have shown off some really good pitching on both sides. Big strikeout guys that have excellent stuff, and we've got some serious talent here in the West Coast League this season. And plenty, particularly right over here in Longview. As Fung awaits the 2-0, swings and misses on the fastball, and the count now 2-1. Having a blast here in Longview, and we are loving it here. And Carrie Gateau doing a great job, our do-it-all team ops extraordinaire person. She just does, honestly, this production doesn't happen. The fans can't be here if it's without her, so a big thank you to her for all the good work that she does. As Fung finds himself now in a 2-2 count now with nobody on and 1 away. Fung, a left-handed batter, leaning out over the plate a little bit and fouls 1 away. Count 1-1 as a slight drizzle starts to fall here. I've been warned that up here that this tends to happen. Whenever I see rain in the forecast, I should just expect a light drizzle that passes on its way through. Hey, it's a lot better than what I had in Florida last year, where we would have about 3 hours of torrential downpour at the same time every day. So here's the 2-2, and this will foul over on the left side, right in front of the Black Bears dugout. Cowlitz prefer the third base dugout here at David Story Field, and the visitors will always be on our right side in the first base dugout. And now the 2-2. Breaking ball, missed high. Fung has a really nice eye up there at the plate. Has already worked 3 walks this season. And fills the count up 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom of the third. Cowlitz up 1-0. Now 1 run in the first inning. As the 3-2 is outside, ball 4, and Matty Fung already with 4 walks this year. How about that? And definitely helping out at the top of the order. He now has a .625 on-base percentage.
Welcome back to the
as he makes way for Henry Mensch.
Boise State University.
Mensch 1 for 1 with a line drive single. Also came around to score back in that first
Henry
inning.
Bunch from University of Portland on base.
And Llewellyn comes set now from the stretch. First pitch, a breaking ball. It dips right in for a strike on the inside corner, and the count 0-1. And that really says something about Llewellyn. He's a guy that is not afraid to try and attack with his breaking pitch right there early in counts. He's confident enough to throw them for strikes. That's what we saw yesterday from the Black Bears' Miles Davis and his slider. And this time Llewellyn goes with another breaking ball and right on the outside corner, 0-2. So Mensch behind here early in the count. Trying to, at the very least, move Fung over to second base. He's got a lot of speed. He's got that sliding mitt over on his left hand. And the 0-2. And did he go? No, he did not, as we hear the entire Sweets bench say yes, he did. I don't think that his bat broke the plane to the plate. Looked like he held up to me on the upstairs fastball. Good pitch selection, though, by Llewellyn that time, changing the eye level. And even better, hold up by Mensch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just 1 away. The runner goes. That pitch is a breaking ball, low for a ball. Here's the throw. Fung is in there. Ball was dropped. I think he might have been able to get there under the tag anyway, but Matty Fung able to swipe his first bag of the young season. And you like to see that from the Black Bears, trying to move guys over, especially in a turf infield. If you're a base runner, you can start your head first slide a few feet earlier and just glide right in there. So good work by Fung to take advantage of the home ground. Now the Black Bears once again with the runner in scoring position. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Llewellyn sets by the belt, takes a quick peek over to second, delivers, and this is hit high and deep to left. This one's got some serious carry if it stays fair, but it's just foul on the Bob Sporting Goods party deck. Oh man, did Henry Mensch get a hold of that one? And that is not an easy part of the ballpark to hit that ball to.
FiberCU.com. Banking made easy.
And Henry Mensch is asking John Poland, he's like, hey, you sure about that one? And he said, yep, it did hook foul. And we could see it on here too, just a few feet to the left of the foul pole on the left side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. And again, yeah, that part of the ballpark not easy to hit to with the wind blowing the opposite direction. Right-hander deals. Breaking ball, he got him, strike 3. So a pitch after Mensch thought he almost hit one out. He's down looking for the second out of the bottom of the 3rd inning.
State.
Also, while we're shouting people out, I'd like to thank Peggy Selzer, a longtime host of players and, employees alike of the Black Bear. She baked us some cookies up here, and my goodness, are they delicious. Peanut butter chocolate chip cookies and these Craisin oatmeal cookies that are actually to die for. They were out of control, so we'd like to thank Peggy here tonight for being a big part of our Cowlitz Black Bears family. Jace Bailey takes one low and outside, count 1-0 to him. Bailey 1 for 1 with a single. And then got to second on a pass ball, all the way to third then, off of an error that ended up scoring the only run of the game in Henry Mensch. 2 away. Cowlitz trying to get another run in. Next pitch, a curveball right there, hooks in. Nice backdoor pitch from Llewellyn. And the count even at 1-1. So now the rain has stopped. I mean, it's not like it was really here too much anyway. Just a slight pitter-patter out there on the wood bleachers and whatnot. You can barely even tell that it had rained at all. Here's the 1-1. And in the dirt, gets away from Seward. Fung will easily get over to third base off that wild pitch. And that's the only problem with Llewellyn's stuff here. It's difficult if you're a catcher to try to block. And we've seen that from Seward tonight. He was 5-holed, and then there's been another wild pitch in there as well. So now with 2-1 count, advantageous up there for Jace Bailey. With his wide open stance and his back foot right there on the back edge of that batter's box, sitting back on the fastball. 2-1. and takes that fastball, grounds it to short. Picked up by Cirillo, fires to first, and it's picked up by Wetterau for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one runner left on base. 3 innings in the books. Black Bears lead it 1-0 with the Sweets coming to bat in the top of the 4th. You are tuned in to Cow's Black Bears Baseball on KETO and the Black Bears TV Network.
We are playing limbo out here, so we're going to have Ethan take.
Here we go, top of the 4th inning. Kelly Alston out for another inning of work, and man, has he been excellent today. He's thrown just 35 pitches through 3 innings, allowed no runs on 1 hit, no walks, and 5 strikeouts, and they all came in a row between the 2nd inning and then the first 2 outs of the 3rd, as he throws a breaking ball for his final warm-up pitch. And we're getting ready to go here with Chris Conniff, Justin Foles, and Cesar Lopez all due up to the plate there. It combined 1-for-3 against Austin so far today. So Conniff getting ready to step in the box, 0-for-1 with that ground out over to Brock Bozet at 3rd base. Kelly looking to just keep on keeping on out there on the mound, and he's been in an excellent rhythm all evening long. First pitch from Austin is that patented fastball, but he misses a little low this time, count 1-0. And Austin's been pounding the strike zone with that pitch today. And he's not even afraid to catch more of the plate with it, as these Sweets hitters have not been able to catch up, as he finds the black that time on the outer edge, count 1-1. And again, all lefties coming up this inning, and no problem for Austin. That splitter will get by anybody. Here's his 1-1, and there is that off-speed pitch, swing and a miss, and Conniff behind now, 1-2. That seems to be Austin's favorite count here tonight, as he knows exactly what he wants to do. He maybe will give a pitch off the plate to try to get him to chase, but otherwise will just pound the strike zone and make you adjust to him. The 1-2. There's that splitter, and it was in the dirt that time, trying to get the swing from Conniff as he evens the count up now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Clouds now covering the sun, so the field blanketed in shadows as the 2-2 delivery. Ooh, just a little low.
The top of the 4th is a great time.
And the count runs full. I think Conniff also thought it was strike 3. And that was just Austin's 40th pitch. So if he can keep at this rate, he'll be able to give the Black Bears some serious innings today. As the 3-2 swung on, goes on a hop over to short. Schwartz is there, shuffles over, fires, and sends him down for out number 1. Schwartz has looked good at shortstop and has made a couple of nice plays out there as Justin Foles prepares to get himself into the box. Schwartz 0-for-1 with a fly out to Toriano Sweet in center field. And Austin hangs his arm as he takes the signs in there. Not quite the Craig Kimbrough look, and he agrees to the signs a little awkwardly. He just looked like, like kind of shrugged a little bit as he misses low. So maybe that's not the pitch that he wanted. And the count 1-0. The Black Bears with 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. The Sweets, no runs on 1 hit, 1 error. As this is absolutely belted into center field. Sweet going way back on it, and that one is gone as it hits the top of the barn. A solo home run for Justin Foles, who really gave that one a ride. And we're all tied up at 1 here in the top of the 4th. And man, did he get a hold of that one. You have to if you want to hit the top of the barn out there. It was above the line. And we're all tied up. Both teams with a 1 run on 2 hits.
3, Cesar Lopez.
As Austin looks to settle back down here against Cesar Lopez. Lopez 1 for 1 with a base hit right up the middle. As the sun's starting to peek back through. First pitch, high and away, and the count 1-0. That's the first home run that we've seen here at David Story Field this year in just 2 games, as the 1-0 is skied over towards the left side. Bozet gives it a slight chase, but realizes he's going to really run out of room, so we'll even it up now at 1-1. And of course, Cowlitz hit a pair of home runs over in Ridgefield. Sean Mulcair with a solo shot, and Jace Bailey with a 2-run home run over at Ridgefield Outdoor Recreational Complex. 1-1 is below the knees with the heater. And the count now 2 balls in the strike coming up. Now the 2-1. Swung on and hit down the line and right. No, it's a foul ball. John Pullen says it's foul, so the count 2-2. As my mistake, actually, that's Chad Little over there.
They helped all of us during the COVID crisis. Rated best bank in Washington.
So Chad Little says it's a foul ball over there as they throw the ball back into the visitors' dugout, and the count even at 2-2. So now Austin can mix up his pitch selection a little bit. Maybe go back to that splitter or perhaps an upstairs fastball. Anything to try to get Lopez down on strikes here with the bases empty and 1 away. And he pumps that left leg a couple times. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a foul tip, but out of Weber's glove. Actually probably hit the dirt first. And the count will stay at 2-2 as Austin now up to 48 pitches here in 3 1/3 innings pitched. And the 2-2 in the dirt. Try to get him off speed again, but no chase that time from Lopez, and we fill the count up at 3 balls and 2 strikes. This is the second game of a 3-game series here against the Walla Walla Sweets. Tomorrow we'll play at 1:05 Pacific time right out here at David Story Field as Austin misses low, ball 4, and walks his first batter of the evening. So now here comes Connor Cirillo.
Now number 13, Connor Cirillo.
Who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And Cirillo again had the double in yesterday's game, and if he can do that here, he might give Walla Walla the lead. It's a man on first. Second base runner of the inning. Well, I guess, yeah, the home run. He still kind of counts as a base runner. And the first pitch to him. Fastball, there it is, right on the outside corner, count 0-1. And then after the home game tomorrow, or the final game of the series against the Sweets, the Black Bears will hit the road on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And head to Bend, Oregon to take on the Elks, as this one is tipped foul off the end of the bat over on the left side, and the count 0-2. And the Elks currently playing in Ridgefield, so they'll head home, and the Black Bears will follow them over there. So now Austin just where he wants to be, ahead in the count 0-2 with the runner on first base, just 1 away. The Sweets did tie up the ball game with that solo home run by Justin Foles, and now Austin looking to settle down right here. Here's the 0-2 breaking ball, and Cirillo just gets a piece of it as he fouls it back and keeps it at 0-2.
For industry systems, visit hammerelectric.com.
Black Bears with a lot of home games during this month, as this one is down and outside, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So trying to get the job done here with that one, but the secondary pitch is just not quite the same command. We'll see what he can get done here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch, curveball is tapped over to the mound. Austin's only going to have 1 play, shovels it over to first, and they beat the speedy Cirillo for out number 2. Lopez will get to second, and we have 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning in a tie ball game.
On the plate now, number 31, Colin Wetterow.
So nice adjustment that time by Austin after surrendering the home run and the walk. Gets the weak contact back to him over on his left side. And gets to come up with, or back to the bump rather, with Colin Wetterow to the plate, a man that he struck out the first time that they met out there. Wetterow, a Jersey boy from Medham, New Jersey, as that one is a strike at the knees and the count 0-1. And I believe, yes, from, oh, my mistake, Medford, New Jersey. Not too far from me. No balls, one strike. Next pitch is high and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. I like the way that the sun is finally filtering out here through the clouds here today. Wonderfully illuminating the field. We don't even have to worry about turning the lights on for quite some time. It's just a beautiful evening for late spring baseball here in the West Coast League. Here's the 1-1. And try to get him to chase upstairs, but Wetterow holds up. So the count now 2 balls and 1 strike on him. And this has been Austin's perhaps his shakiest inning. And you know what? As far as shaky innings go, I'll take this one. So far, just the 1 run in, and his control has still been very nice. 2-1 is below the knees with the fastball. 3 balls and 1 strike. I think he's trying to do a little too much with those low pitches after giving up some hard contact earlier, but I think Austin can continue to trust that outside fastball against these lefties. That's worked really well for the majority of the game. So Wetterow ahead in the count, 3-1. This is slapped the other way and picked up by Bozet. Fields far side arm to first and picked up on the hop by Burley to put him down for the final out of the inning. So once again, the Cowlitz Black Bears defense saves the day for the inning. 1 run on 1 big hit. No errors and 1 left aboard. We are all done with 3.5 here. Black Bears 1, Sweets also 1, and Cowlitz coming to bat in the bottom of the 4th. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on KEDO and the Black Bears TV network. So here we go in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Black Bears surrendered their 1-0 lead and will now try to get that run back with Wilson Weber, Jacob Burley, and Brock Bozet all headed up to the plate. That is 4, 5, and 6 right in the heart of this Cowlitz order.
From Oregon State University.
And a swing and a miss by Weber. And the count 0-1. Weber 0 for 1 as he struck out swinging his first time, and then there was a drop third strike. Next offering is a breaking ball low. Good job by Weber to lay off that. Now, I did mention Aaron Matthews said he wanted his guys to stay aggressive but lay off some of those pitches they can't do anything with, and that's exactly what Weber did with that breaking ball and why he swung at that one. Nice looking fastball that caught a lot of plate but ends up foul over on the right side over the concessions area, and we're now in a 1-2 count. And the pitch from Llewellyn is tapped up the middle. Weber's off to the races. Picked up by the shortstop, Cirillo. Fields fires to first, and he is just barely in time as Weber missed that by about a half a second. Nice play by Cirillo to get over and make that strong throw, but Weber really showed off his wheels there and almost beat that one out.
Number 22, Jacob Burley up to bat.
So now Jacob Burley will step up 0 for 1. He reached on an error.
From Brown University.
But did tap in that run. No RBI for him, unfortunately, because of the error, but that's a big reason why we're all tied up here. First pitch to Burley, and this is a towering shot to left. Going way back, Lopez near the wall and catches it just in front of that low fence in left field for out number 2. That's the second time this game that the Black Bears have just barely missed out on a home run over there to left field.
Bozet up now.
So 2 down now. Here's Brock Bozet, 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
He's our third baseman from Spokane Falls College.
So Bozet will look to get some action going with 2 away as he swings on top of that one in the count 0-1. Bozet's looked very sharp in the field so far for Cowlitz, but still looking for that first hit. Still early though, only the 3rd game in the year, so he's got some time as this one misses downstairs, 1-1. Walla Walla with 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, 2 left. The Black Bears 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and also 2 left the board. Not a lot of opportunities to knock in runs so far today with Llewellyn and Austin, for the most part, trading zeros as Bozet swings and misses at the off-speed pitch, 1-2. And that's something that we kind of expected this season. With the Black Bears pitching staff, and of course the Sweets also with a nice grouping of arms as Bozet fouls this one over on the third base side. Ricochets off of the fence right in front.
You can scan the QR code
of our bleachers down there, and the count now remains 1-2.
Fan food.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Catcher setting up low and outside. Here's the pitch from Llewellyn. Breaking ball, and that pitch is absolutely filthy as Bozet swings and misses strike 3. So the Black Bears go down in order, 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We head to the 5th with the Black Bears and Sweets all tied up at 1, and Walla Walla coming to the plate. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball right here on KEDO and the Black Bears Television Network.
Keep rolling.
All right, we got a inflatable dice rolling game going on over on our left side, and a pitcher's duel going out on the diamond. Kelly Austin and Brandon Llewellyn have combined to surrender just 2 total runs on 4 total hits. So Kelly Austin coming off, I mean, to say his worst inning doesn't really do justice. I mean, he only allowed the 1 run on the 1 hit in the last inning and walked a batter. Otherwise, he's been absolutely stellar so far today. Just 60 pitches to get through 4 innings, so averaging 15 per. He's allowed the 1 run on 2 hits, 1 walk, 5 Ks so far today, and he'll face Jack Stewart, Caden Delosier, and Cameron Butler. 7, 8, and 9 batters. It'll be the second time that he's faced all of those gentlemen that are headed up to the plate. And Stewart struck out his first time, and Austin trying to duplicate that effort right here. Let's see if he goes with that first pitch fastball. He does. Stewart looked ready for it as he pops one up. Giving chases Burley near the Swedes dugout. Tries to reach over, but it hits a Gatorade jug and bounces over towards the back of the dugout. So that'll be strike number 1. So now Walla Walla sitting on that first pitch fastball, but that is still a very difficult pitch to hit, especially if Austin puts it where he wants it. He's been staying away to both lefties and righties, and it's worked. That one pitch to Foles, he missed his spot. That wasn't his best command of a pitch there, as the breaking ball drops right in there on the outside corner, 0-2. Kelly's one of those guys where you're only going to hit his mistakes. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. We're here in the top of the 5th inning in a 1-1 tie. Another low-scoring affair, much like yesterday, as Austin comes right back at him with the curveball. Swing and a miss, and Stewart is down on strikes for the second time in the ballgame. Strikeout number 6 for Kelly Austin. That matches Miles Davis's total for the highest number by a Black Bears starter this season. So now Caden Delosier steps up 0-for-1. He also struck out swinging. Wide open stance for Caden up there, the left-hander, as he starts with his bat on his shoulder. Austin kicks, delivers, first pitch fastball, and Delosier, once again, like in the last at-bat, cannot catch up to it in the count 0-1. This game just an hour and 5 minutes old as we're approaching the halfway mark, and we're so happy that you are joining us here today, watching Kelly Austin throw more strikes as he's ahead 0-2. Whether you're listening on KEDO and Cowlitz Black Bears TV network over on YouTube, we're so happy that you are sharing your Saturday night with us. Now the 0-2 is swatted foul and actually hits the high netting over there on that left side, and the count will stay no balls and 2 strikes. So Austin going back to his old ways that he did with the first through third innings, getting ahead of counts and staying there. Or ahead in counts. Here's the 0-2. And this is line, almost inside the dugout here. I think that it ricocheted off the clipboard. Yeah, there goes the corner. So right off of Brian Burris' clipboard, uses it as a shield. And yeah, if anybody has experience with, baseballs coming around, it's Brian Burris with his 16 years of professional baseball experience. So a 4-pitch plate appearance so far for Delosier, a couple of strikes and then a few foul balls in there as well. Or I should say a couple of foul balls. On deck is Cameron Butler. Next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. 7 Ks for Austin through 4 2/3. How about the stuff on this young right-hander?
Number 4, center fielder.
So here comes another one of his strikeout victims, Cameron Butler, to the plate. As Austin right back here in the driver's seat, making some of these Sweets hitters look silly with that splitter. First pitch to the righty is in the dirt. Weber still tried to frame it anyway, but it came out of his glove, so no fooling John Pullen back there. Count 1-0. Pullen with a bit of a higher strike zone than we saw from Chad, or rather a lower strike zone than Chad Little had yesterday, as this one in at the knees, count 1-1. I was talking to the umpires before the game, and they said, yeah, that's just the way that they call their zones. And knowing what umpires call is a big part of this game, as the next pitch is a little bit low with the fastball, and we'll go 2-1. Back when I was playing, I always liked to know what the umpires would call. You would notice a certain pattern from a guy, and you would adjust your stuff and where you put your pitches based on what the umpires call. And both teams did make the adjustment yesterday and started throwing higher pitches. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. First time this inning that Austin's been behind a batter. As Austin comes set with the bases empty. Looking to get out of the 5th inning unscathed. 2-1, nice looking curveball. Or no, that was a slider there, but missed low and in, 3-1. And Brock Bozet all the way on the line at third base. Big hole over there on that side as this is tapped on a high chop over to second. Fung picks it up on another hop, shuffles it over to first. And they say that Burley is off the bag. Burley can't believe it. And Brian Burris gonna go out and talk about it, as he's over on the third baseline, and they're instructing Burris to stay over there, so we can have a chat with John Pullen, as I didn't see his foot come off the bag there.
Number 20, Seth Ryberg up to bat.
Well, if the call stands, which I guess it will here, coming up now will be Seth Ryberg. A couple of practice hacks coming up for Ryberg as Burst continues to chat with John Poland, or rather with Chad Little, the field umpire. I have them mixed up because they were on the other positions yesterday. I wonder if maybe they'll ask for an appeal from the home plate umpire, because it looked to me like Burley's foot was on the bag, and what a play by Fung that time. So Burst gets his explanation, probably not one that he was looking for, though. And Seth Ryberg will come up to the plate. That'll go in as an infield single. Ryberg 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. The fly out was over to Bozet, the third baseman. And Austin delivers. Misses downstairs out of the stretch, and the count 1-0. Austin still keeping his pitch count down, only at 74. 51 have gone for strikes. As Cameron Butler, about 10 feet off the bag, a huge lead as he takes another step over at first base. Here's the 1-0, and this is hit in the air over to left field. Schwartz goes back on it, goes into the shadows, and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So no harm, no foul on the infield single as we wrap things up in the top of the fifth. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We're halfway through here with the Black Bears all tied up with the Walla Walla Sweets by a score of 1-1, and headed into the bottom of the fifth with Cowlitz coming to bat. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball right here on KEGO and the Black Bears Television Network. All right, so here we go. In the bottom of the fifth, it's going to be Schwartz, Sweet, and Schleichart. The 7, 8, 9 all coming up here.
We love that.
Schwartz, an LCC kid, back here on his home field. Wearing a different uniform, of course, and a new arm coming out for the Walla Walla Sweets. It's going to be William Grimm, so that is it for Llewellyn as Schwartz takes one low, and the count 1-0. Brandon Llewellyn today had a very nice outing as he let up just the 1 run. It was unearned on 2 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts through 65 pitches, 45 strikes. That's 69.2%. And Schwartz swings and misses here, 1-1, as the game plan for the Sweets here is to try to build up their starters and hope to get 5 innings out of their bullpen, as Schwartz swings on top of that one, 1-2.
Don't forget, if a Black Bear hits
an advantage that the Black Bears will have this year is a lot of their guys are stretched out, as we saw yesterday. Miles Davis threw a nice 6 innings, and today it looks like Austin will probably get to the 6th as well, as Schwartz swings and misses. Now he's going to run on over to first, as Schuart had that one get away from him, but he is down as he's caught over there for out number 1. Bottom 5, 1 away. Here comes Toriano Sweet.
Designated hitter out of the University of Utah.
Sweet still looking for that first hit of the season. This will be his 5th at-bat. And up against the lefty, he does have that platoon advantage as Grimm kicks, delivers, and nails the outside corner for a strike. Count 0-1.
Correction, this is Toriano Sweet. That swing gave him away.
And Grimm, a left-hander, 5'11", 185 pounds, and Sweet absolutely rifles one into right, and the right fielder can't handle it. So Sweet absolutely crushes that right on a line, and you know what? That's exactly what I was telling you about earlier.
Now it's
he has got a, well, as his last name says, he's got himself a sweet swing as that one got into the outfield in a hurry. And the Black Bears get their first base hit since the first inning, and the Speedster Sweet on the base paths. So back to Grimm. He's 5'11", 185 pounds from La Crescenta, California. He is a Loyola Marymount University product. Now Grimm, the lefty, deals, and Schleichart pops this one high and foul, the count 0-1. And yeah, something tells me that we're going to see a lot more of those out of Toriano as the season goes on. He was real anxious to get his first hit. I've been talking to him before each and every game about how he's ready to go and how he has a lot of confidence in his swing, and you know that was a nice monkey off his back right there. 0-1 is in the dirt, and Sweet thought about going, but retreats back to first base. 1-1. After Schleichart will be Matty Fung, and you know that they want to get him to the plate. And the 1-1 swing and a miss at that downstairs off-speed pitch. And Schleichart falls behind now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He struck out on a nasty, filthy pitch. Yes, nasty and filthy from Llewellyn, because that's just how good those breaking balls were from him. As 1-2 comes here, and he got him. Strike 3 right there at the knees with the breaking ball, and Schleichart is down looking for the second out here in the top of the 5th, or bottom of the 5th, my mistake. It's the top of the order. Here comes Matty Fung, 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. As the runner goes, that pitch is down and away. Sweet slides in, and he is in there easily. Toriano Sweet showing off some of the wheels on the base paths. That pitch a ball in. Now the Black Bears in business with 2 away, and one of their better hits up there at the plate. So Fung ahead in the count. 1-0. He's walked and struck out today. First pitch, or rather the second pitch to him, is down and outside, 2-0. Lefty-lefty matchup. So expect Grimm to stay away from the left-handed hitter, although Fung does have some nice pop to the opposite field. We saw him lace a double down the left field line in yesterday's contest. Now Grimm sets at the belt. Takes a quick look at Sweet. Here's the 2-0, and Fung lifts one, but foul over on the left side. And the count now 2-1. Lights still not on here. Yeah, we still got some plenty of time. Game only an hour and 17 minutes old here in the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 count coming up to Matty Fung. And now Grimm goes back on there, looking to close the book on this inning. The Black Bears looking to drive a run in. Next pitch to Fung is downstairs, and it's blocked by Sheward. And the count now 3-1. Matty Fung stands at 5'10", 160 pounds from UC Davis College. That's where we'll be headed next season. And he's a really good leadoff option for this team. A lot of speed, has a great eye up there on the plate, can work himself his fair share of walks, and is a nice line drive hitter. Here's the 3-1. Gets under it on the changeup, and that'll go foul over on the left side and out of play. So we'll have a full count here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. 1-1 tie between the Black Bears and the Walla Walla Sweets. Cowlitz looking to get their first home victory of the year. Fung choked up on the bat. The 3-2 and waits another one as that sails foul and once again out of play. This time, might have hit our concessions tent or at least near it over there on the left side. And as happy as we are to have you tuned in right here on the Black Bears Baseball Radio Network, KEDO, and the TV network. We also would love if you can come visit the ballpark here at David Story Field and check out all of our nice amenities as this is dribbled over towards second. Conniff is there. Fields fires a little low to first, but it's picked by Wetterow, and he sends Fung down for the final out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 stolen base, and 1 left aboard. We are still knotted up at 1, headed into the top of the 6th inning with the Walla Walla Sweets coming back out to hit. You are tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball right here on KEDO and the Black Bears Television Network.
Providing quality physical
back at it here in the last inning
A
ended
proud Black Bears partner with exceptional
to send up
staff,
Conniff,
Longview
Foles, and
Physical
Lopez
and
with
Sports
Seth
Therapy.
Ryberg
More than 90
flying
years
out to left field.
providing
So
professional
that's why
experience.
Conniff's got to come up to lead off this inning. It's going to be Conniff, Foles, and Lopez. Out here against another inning from Kelly Austin. Hey, why not? 75 pitches through 5 innings. I believe he's got, what, 7 strikeouts? Yeah, I was right. I shouldn't second guess myself. 3 hits, 1 walk. Only faced 19 batters. So Austin continuing to pitch very well and will face off against 2-3-4
Number 19, second baseman Chris
for the
Conniff
third
up to bat
time.
now.
Conniff 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts over to the left side. Once to Schwartz and the other time to Brock Bozet. And Austin still with plenty of gas left in the tank. The Black Bears would love for him to at least get through 6, as this one is sliced foul, spins, and sinks as it bounces into our concessions area on the left side, and the count 0-1. We do have some guys starting to, or rather one guy starting to get stretched out and ready to go out there in the pen. We can't quite distinguish who it is quite yet. As the next pitch from Austin, a breaking ball, beautiful pitch on the outside corner as he jumps ahead 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes from Kelly Austin. And the next one is lifted in the air. Not too much trouble on the left side. Bozet calls everybody off in foul territory and makes the catch for out number 1. Well, offense has been at a premium today, and the pitching has been plentiful. Just 2 total runs and 6 total hits. Both teams with 1 run and 3 hits, and have left 3 on base. The defense for the Black Bears continuing to be a strength as another pop-up caught by Bozet and another nice play made. And now we see who's warming up. It's Keegan Wright for the Black Bears as this one skips in the dirt and the count 1-0. Now, I think if Austin can keep it under 90 pitches, he might be able to come out for the 7th, but we'll see what they decide to do. This team still has plenty of arms in the pen. James Bradwell has plenty of rest. And in a close game, this will definitely be a game that he'll be in, as this is now a 2-0 count. That was just Austin's 80th pitch, 55 for strikes. Foles 1 for 2 with a flyout and a long home run to center field that hit the roof of the barn out there. Now the 2-0 upstairs, perhaps pitching around him a little bit as he's fallen behind 3 balls and no strikes. Pitching coach Corey Keir and manager Brian Burris right there at the edge of the dugout. They're still not worried about anything from their right-hander as he has that get-me-over fastball do its job right there on the outside corner, count 3-1. Now the 3-1 is grounded sharply and past the diving Burley into right for a base hit. So gets past Burley into the glove of Bailey. And now Foles 2 for 2 in his last 2. He's 2 for 3 in the game. So here's Chris Conniff, a ground ball, or rather no, Cesar Lopez, my mistake. As the Black Bears look for the double play ball, so expect a lot more curves and splitters from Kelly Austin against the cleanup hitter. Lopez 1 for 1 with a base hit and a walk as he pops one up on the left side towards shortstop. Schwartz is there, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So Austin continuing to give these hitters fits with that fastball. That caught a ton of plate there. And all that Lopez was able to do was sky it straight up in the air. So here comes Connor Cirillo, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a groundout. He's 1 for 3 on the year, though. He had a double yesterday. And Austin's first pitch is hit in the air towards the gap in right center. Bailey tracks over and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Let's wrap up 5.5 in the books here at Longview. Black Bears 1, Sweets 1, with Cowlitz coming to bat into the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to and watching Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on 99.1 FM and 1400 AM KEDO Longview and the Black Bears TV network.
No job is too big or too small.
Bottom of the 6th, 1-1 tie here, with the Black Bears setting up 2, 3, and 4 against a new pitcher, Nate Daly from Tremonton, Utah. He is the brother of yesterday's starting pitcher, Jake Daly.
Now pitching for
both
the
from,
Sweets,
well, obviously both from Tremonton, Utah.
40.
And we'll see what Nate did in his most recent season. Nate was 1-1 with a 3.12 ERA, 17 1/3 innings pitched, and 22 strikeouts, just 3 walks. As that warm-up pitch kind of got away from him. Munston's like talking over to Jace Bailey saying, what was that? So they're still taking a nice look at him and see what he did. And his best outing of the season, that is for Daly, came in a 4-inning appearance against Salt Lake Community College, where he allowed just 2 hits in 4 innings pitched, struck out 8, but did hit 2 batters. And that game, the College of Southern Idaho would go on to lose that one by a score of 9-6. So mostly a bullpen guy. A lot of strikeouts, as you saw there, just 22 to just 3 walks. And the Black Bears will send up, once again, it is 2, 3, 4, who are just 1 for 6 today, 2 for 6 today at the plate. Mensch and Bailey both with some hits. And Daly kicks, fires, and Mensch looks to bunt, but misses, and the count 0-1. Daly, 6'6", 240 pounds. Again, from Tremonton, Utah. Just like his brother, was an Eagle over at the College of Southern Idaho. And the next one misses downstairs, 1-1 coming up to Mensch. Mensch had a base hit over towards the left side, a nice liner over Justin Foles' head, and then he struck out looking. Mensch with 3 total hits on the season. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss at the fastball near the knees, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now the big, tall right-hander sets. Here's the 1-2 with no outs, and Mensch gets a hold of one, but skips it foul over on the right side. That was right down the first base line, and then decided to drift over towards the fence. Now sets again near the belt. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball as Mensch just gets a piece of it, pops it up into shallow right. Conniff is there, and he's able to make the catch. There's 1 away.
Up now, Jace Bailey.
So the big-time 3-hitter Jace Bailey up 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out today. This is the highest he's hit in the order this season. The Black Bears with just 3 hits today, just 3 hits yesterday, coming off the 13-hit affair that they had on Wednesday. And the first pitch to Bailey is down and inside for a ball, count 1-0.
Jace Bailey from Boise State.
As Keegan Wright continues to warm in the bullpen, and a mystery man warming up for the Sweets as he's got his pullover on, so no way for us to see his number. He's a sidewinder. As another one skips low, and the count 2-0. So as we know about Daly, he's got a lot of control with his extremely low number of walks in his regular season in college. 2-0 is down and away, and the count now 3 balls and no strikes. But so far, Bailey just spitting on all 3 of these first couple of pitches. Just brushing him off like a gum or a gummy excrement from his shoe. 3-0 is low, ball 4, so Jace Bailey does his job, finds his way aboard, and gets on for Wilson Weber. Weber 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. So let's see what Bailey can get done on the base paths here.
Up to bat now, Jacob Burley.
They did want to steal with Toriano's sweep, but he's got blazing speed. And now we'll get to see Daly from the stretch. Well, he's a relief pitcher, so he's really only pitching from the stretch. Has a lot to. As this one is hit high and deep to right. Going back on it is Ryberg near the track, near the wall, and it drops behind his glove and hits the warning track. Bailey's off to the races. He's going to head over into third. Sliding into second is Wilson Weber, and it's a one-out double for Weber, putting 2 in scoring position for the Cowlitz Black Bears, and they're in business to do some damage here with 2 on and just 1 away.
Up now, Jacob Burley.
And he gave that one a ride out there to right field, as the Black Bears have been flirting with the home run but haven't been able to get one just yet today. And all they need is a base hit now from Jacob Burley. Burley 0 for 2. He's reached on an error and hit a soaring shot to left field that just missed that fence out there. And it's only 3:06 right down that line, as the first pitch is actually dropped by Seward, and the count 1-0. 3:06 to left. 342 to the power alley out there in left field as well. 387 to dead center, and 326 down the right field line here at David Story Field. And the 1-0. Downstairs again, as Daly's starting to struggle a bit with his command. 2 balls and no strikes. So after getting the first batter out in Mensch, he popped up over to the second baseman. Jace Bailey walked on 4 straight pitches, and Weber deposited a nice 1-out double into deep right field as Burley swings and misses at the inside offering. His timing just off a bit in the count 2-1. So now both teams with 4 hits on the board. They combined for just 10 yesterday, and they have 8 today. And the 2-1. Downstairs, nice block by Schuer. That saved a run. And an opportunity for the Black Bears to load up the bases here for Brock Bozet on deck. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 men on. Weber on second and Bailey on third base. The go-ahead runner is just 90 feet from home. And the 3-1 is outside, ball 4. So a second walk for Nate Daly. Again, he only had 3 of those his entire college season in 17 1/3 innings pitched, and now 2 here today in his first appearance for the Sweets this year.
Spokane Falls.
And this would be as good a time as any for Brock Bozet to get his first hit of the season. He's 0 for 2 today. This is the third different pitcher that he's seen so far. Daly delivers, and this is flared foul. Ricochets off the top of one of the poles holding up our protective netting and thumps right on the roof of our press box here behind home plate. Count 0-1. So unless there is a ground ball double play or something crazy, the Black Bears will have Bozet and Schwartz to try to give them the lead as Daly misses away 1-1. And with Daly's command so far today, Bozet might be good to just take a couple of pitches and force him to throw another strike here. Here's the 1-1, and that breaking ball is in there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As we got Corby now walking here, keeping the fans happy and energized here on a Saturday night. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away with the bases all filled up. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Bozet is down on strikes again. Nate Daly picks up a big out here to put 2 away here and send Matthew Schwartz to the plate. Schwartz is 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. Did give the ball a little bit of a ride to right field, just needs a line error somewhere in the outfield. First pitch spikes in front of the plate. Seward couldn't find it and then is able to recover it in time as Jace Bailey just scampers back to third base. Toriano Sweet waits on deck, and you know he wants to come up with men in scoring position, especially after that last hit that he had. 1-0 is tapped over to short. Cirillo picks it up. He's going to try for first. Here's the throw, and it's in time. So the Black Bears load up the bases, but failed to bring anybody in. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on base for Cowlitz. It's a 1-1 tie headed into the top of the 7th inning with the Sweets coming to bat. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on KEDO and the Black Bears TV network.
from San Diego Christian
The
College.
new arm out on the mound for the Black Bears is Keegan Wright wearing the number 35, so that'll be it for Austin. And what a start from Kelly Austin today. He's got to be proud of himself after today's contest. Austin went 6 innings, allowed 1 run. It was earned on 4 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. Also threw 85 pitches, 59 for strikes at 69.4%, as they look to Keegan Wright to nail things down here in the top of the 7th inning. And Wright, though, has not appeared so far this season. As we mentioned, from San Diego Christian. Keegan Wright, 5'10", 195 pounds, from San Clemente, California. And they'll try to pick up where this strong Black Bears bullpen has left off and keep sending down these sweets. Wetterow, Sheward, and Delosier will all step up. That is 6, 7, and 8. Let's see what they've done so far today. And this area of the lineup is 0 for 6 so far with 5 strikeouts. But all of them were against Austin, so let's see if Keegan Wright can pick up where he left off. Lefty, righty, lefty due up. And the first pitch from Wright is back to the mound. Wright picks it up on a fast hop, shovels it to first, and puts Wetterow down for out number 1. So the very fast 1-3 gets the job done as Jack Sheward steps to the plate, a strikeout victim twice.
Up to bat now is Jack Sheward.
Sheward down on strikes, swinging both times. Should mention, first pitch is upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Well, Wright got the 1 pitch, 1 out that every reliever loves to get, keeping that count down. And it looks like they might have him in for 2 innings as nobody warming up in the pen. Missed low here, 2-0. We'll try to get you Wright's numbers from his college outings this season if it decides to load here on the old MacBook. As Wright sails one up and inside, and now the count 3-0. And the 3-0. Upstairs and inside, ball 4. So after the ground out, a walk on 4 straight pitches. And there is still 1 down, but now a man on base for Caden Delosier. Delosier 0 for 2, also struck out swinging 2 times.
Designated hitter now.
And we'll see what Sheward's got over there at first base. He does have the sliding mitt on his right hand, but as a catcher, not usually big time base runners. Well, unless you're Jacob Burley, as Delosier swings and misses at the fastball here, count 0-1. Or my mistake, that was an off-speed pitch. Takes another peek over to first. Next pitch is off the end of the bat and fouls into the backstop. Count 0-2. Left-handed hitting Delosier up against the right-handed tossing Keegan Wright. He's got an 0-2 count with 1 away, runner on first base. Again, the Black Bears' defense and pitching have been superb, just waiting for the bats to catch up and heat up again. Both teams with 1 run on 4 hits. 0-2. Strike 3, he got him. He catches Caden Delosier window shopping with a blazing fastball on the inside corner and punches him out for the second out of the inning.
Center fielder Cam Butler up to bat now.
And we're looking at his numbers. Keegan Wright was busy this year. He made 5 starts, 7 appearances. In 32 2/3 innings, he struck out 36 with a 7.71 ERA for him, as this is tapped foul into the dugout. Who's got it? And it's Shane McCarroll. All right, first base coach, making a nice play on that hop. And the count 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch, they're going to say that fastball was outside, and we even it up at 1-1. So yeah, Wright will probably get this inning and the next one, and then I would imagine they would turn it over to James Bradwell, especially if it stays as close as it is now. right from the extreme first base side of the rubber. The 1-1 is a beautiful off-speed pitch on the inside corner. And the count now 1-2 with 2 away. Having a good time here on a cool, crisp evening here in Longview, Washington. Thank you so much for tuning in here on KEDO and our YouTube channel as well, as this curveball is hit right up the middle and goes down for a base hit. Sweet picks it up, and he's got an arm, so he just puts that one right in, and Butler just turned on it just right to keep the inning alive with 2 away.
Now number 20, right fielder Seth Ryberg.
The lineup flips over for Seth Ryberg, 0 for 3 with a couple of flyouts and a ground out. Every time he's been up, he's hit the ball the other way. And it was the case yesterday as well when he got his hits, or rather, yes, his hits and his ground outs. Right, looking to keep it a 1-1 game, but a runner in scoring position for Walla Walla. First pitch is a fastball high and outside, 1-0. Waiting on deck is Chris Conniff, who had a couple of hits in yesterday's game, but has failed to get anything going today. And how could you? You're going up against Kelly Austin, who was practically flawless out there today. Now the 1-0. And that pitch was just a little bit off the inside edge as Ryberg able to hold up. Count now 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Right behind in the count, but he does have 2 away. Ground ball ends the inning. 2-0. Is hit in the air, foul behind home plate, and ooh, nice play by this young man in a Michael Jordan jersey and teal shorts. All right, interesting look, and then he's also got like a blue hat, so color scheme a bit all over the place, but we like the hands that he's got. Count goes now to 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch is in the dirt with the off speed. 3 balls, 1 strike. They go over to second. Oh! Off the snap throw. They got Stewart napping, but he's just going to be safe over there at second base off that tag. That was a nice play. Heads up by the Cowlitz Black Bears. 3 balls, 1 strike coming up. And Wright deals. Misses upstairs, ball 4. Now the base is loaded for the Sweets here. And as Wilson Weber trots out to the mound, let's give you an out-of-town scoreboard. Port Angeles on the road in Bellingham lead at 5-0 with the Corvallis Knights up 3-1 at Yakima Valley, also a team on the road. The Richfield Raptors just down I-5, up 8-2 on the Bend Elks, and the Wenatchee Apple Sox lead the Portland Pickles by a score of 3-2. And of course, right here in Longview, it's a 1-1 ball game. The Sweets trying to change that here. Wright delivers. Swing and a miss at the up and inside fastball on the count 0-1. Conniff, as I mentioned earlier, 0 for 3, couple of groundouts and a flyout. Has not struck out today, but hasn't hit the ball particularly well. The groundouts, both to Schwartz and Bozet, and then a pop-up to Bozet. Here's the 0-1. Hit in the air to center field. Sweet gets a nice beat on it, shuffles over to the left side, and makes the catch on the line drive for the final out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, right? Yeah. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left aboard. Bottom of the 7th inning. It's stretch time here as the Black Bears getting ready to come to bat in a 1-1 tie ball game. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball on KEDO and the Black Bears TV network. So following the stretch and following our take me out to the ball game here, it's a 1-1 tie in the bottom of the 7th inning with Caden Kalber coming up to the mound. It's going to be Toriano Sweet, Josh Schleichart, and Matty Fung coming out. So that means the day is done for Daly. And Daly loaded the bases, but did leave them loaded. But did get into some big trouble. Through 1 inning of scoreless relief, struck out 1, walked 2, and allowed the 1 hit. Sweet 1 for 2, headed up to the plate, struck out and singled.
Number 2 now, Toriano Sweet. He's from Jackson State. Center fielder.
So Sweet, the last time that he was at the plate, tore the cover off the baseball as he blasted one. Oh, that might have been one of the hardest hit singles that I have ever seen at this level. Sweet has got a fast swing out there. Very smooth if he can catch up with the ball. And that's not to say that he doesn't catch up with the ball. I'm just saying if you leave one there for him, he is going to punish you. And Kalbar, the sidewinder, deals and misses outside for a ball. Count 1-0. So Kalbar, rare side armor, a tall drink of water, 6'7", 185 pounds from Washington State, and he hails from Pascal, Washington. The next pitch is down and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. So Kalbar side armor with some serious zip, but he's missed in the same spot now twice to Sweet, who is not somebody that Walla Walla wants on the base paths, especially after Toriano stolen bases last time. The lights finally coming on here at David Story Field as the clouds beginning to cover the setting sun as the 2-0 once again down and outside, and Toriano hasn't had to swing his bat. It's 3-0. Now the big right-hander sets. The extreme third base side of the rubber. The 3-0 is a strike. Pounds that outside corner. That's what he was looking for. And now he tries to fight his way back into the count. So once again, the Sweets just trying to piece together a game, and so far it's worked for them. They've only surrendered 1 run in the 15 innings, full innings that they've played so far against the Black Bears, but they don't get off to a very good start here in the bottom of the 7th as Toriano Sweet works a 5-pitch walk and goes on first base.
Now, number 24, Josh Schleichart.
So here comes Josh Schleichart, 0 for 2 with a drop third strike and, or rather 2 strikeouts. There we go. One of them was a strikeout looking, the other one was on a drop third strike. And Sweet leaning way over. First pitch is fouled back, but hard by Schleichart in the count 0-1. I think that he can probably get second base here, as Kalbar was not paying too much mind to him at all. No balls, 1 strike, bottom of the 7th, nobody out. The Black Bears with the go-ahead run over there at first base. Sweet, 10 feet off the bag. Next pitch. Ooh, look out. That is way inside, and Schleichart eats one right on his back and is hit by a pitch. So a walk and a hit batter put 2 aboard for Cowlitz with Matty Fung, the dangerous left-hander, coming to the plate.
Matty Fung is swinging as hard as he can to try to get that ball right over that Antidote logo out there. That's what he's aiming for. And if he does it, we all get free bottled water from Grocery Outlet with any purchase tomorrow.
Fung 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a walk, and a ground out. Has put together a trio of nice at-bats, and now against a different pitcher, let's see if he can drive in Sweet from second. With the speed of Toriano Sweet in scoring position, the Black Bears can expect him to score on a base hit, especially to the right side. Long breath from Kalbar as Fung squares around a bunt, but pulls it back in the count 1-0. And yeah, that's a good call by Brian Burris and the Black Bears bench. You got 2 guys on with nobody out. Why not try to push them both into scoring position? And with Fung's speed, he might be able to get there. A huge lead by Schleichart over there at first base, playing behind the, or rather, leading behind the first baseman, Colin Wetterow. It's a 1-0. Fung pulls it back again as that was above the bat, and the count 2-0. Kelbar a little shaky to get his relief appearance started. With that walk and the hit batter, he's only thrown 2 strikes in 9 pitches. Rotates the ball a few times in his hand before coming set. Checks on Sweets. Sweets got a nice lead as well, 2-0. Fung again squares around, and once again, Kelbar can't find the zone, count 3-0. So the Black Bears stranded 3 base runners in the last inning, and then the Sweets did it in the top of the 7th. So now the Black Bears continuing to try to put some traffic on there and see if they can bring in the big run. This is a good time in the lineup to do it, with the leadoff man Fung at the plate and 2 guys already on. Next one is low and inside, ball 4, and now the bases loaded for the Cowlitz Black Bears with nobody out.
Close at the end of the 7th inning, so why wouldn't you go get another one right now? You know what I'm saying? I know you're thirsty.
And now they're going to go out and have a chat with Caden Kelbar, and yeah, his control's been a little all over the place. As now somebody's starting to stand up and get warm over in the bullpen. It looks like, actually not sure who it is because it's a number 21, but I don't have that. And it is a right-hander over for the Sweets. Let's see who Cowlitz is warming. They've got a lefty. Oh, it's the new guy. It's Toma Marasi. All right, I'm excited to see him out here. I met him before the game. He's from Japan. A very, very sweet kid over there. And it looks like he's got a high, long leg kick when he's out there. Left-hander. And looks to be another big-time bullpen arm for this spectacular Cowlitz Black Bear pitching staff. So now Kelbar takes the rubber as one of the warm-up throws, I think, sailed out into center field. And a bullpen arm going out to get it. Wow, that was almost smack dab in the middle of the field. Mensch 1 for 3 coming to the plate with a base hit, a strikeout, and a flyout. And if the Black Bears, well, wanted their chance to score, it's right here on the silver platter for them. Sweet walked, Schleichhardt got hit, and Fung also worked himself a base on balls. Kelbar's first pitch, sidearm, and swing and a miss by Mensch, and the count 0-1. The Black Bears will have an opportunity with Mensch, Bailey, and Weber unless there's a double or triple play. And as the lights come on, let's see if that'll help spark the Black Bears rally here in the bottom of the 7th. Next pitch, zips a little high, and the count 1-1. That was on the inner half of the plate as well. And Mensch again, one of the better hitters so far for Cowlitz to start the season. He's got 3 hits in 8 chances. Next pitch is chopped high, but foul over on the left side, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And again, Fung at first base with plenty of speed there.
Up the mountain,
so if it gets behind any of these outfielders, they might bring in all 3. Now, Cowlitz do not have any base hits this inning. They haven't had to have any, as Kelbar has been all over the place with his control, but has settled down a bit against Mensch here. Setting up outside, 1-2, the curveball, he got him, strike 3, and Mensch not happy with that one, has a word or two with John Poland, and goes on back to the dugout. He's struck out looking now. 1 away, here's Jace Bailey. Bailey, 1 for 2, single, ground out, walk. So he's been on base twice. He's the exact guy the Black Bears want up in this situation. A lot of power out of his left-handed bat. And even just a fly ball can break this 1-1 tie. Kelbar delivers, and the side armor hits the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. And that pitch was on the outside corner, but the fan's a little unhappy with the call. And the Black Bears faithful here in Longview, such a loyal fan base, all coming out here for the second home game since 2019. And we're so happy to have them here. Next pitch to Bailey, that's at the knees for a strike, 0-2. And now the Black Bears might want to get back into that aggressive approach that Aaron Matthews preaches. So, of course, you want to be patient after a guy hits a guy and walks 2, but he's clearly found something here First against Mensch, now against Bailey. 0-2. Swung on and a high chop over to third. This could bring a run in, and he drops the ball. The runner's going to be safe at third base as Justin Foles trying to tap the bag. Everyone is safe, and the Black Bears are able to break the 1-1 tie and put a runner across the plate. It's 2-1 Cowlitz off another error by Justin Foles. So Foles with 2 errors that have both allowed the Black Bears to score runs. But on the same token, he's the only offense for the team with the solo home run. So now 1 away, that could have been an inning-ending double play. Instead, everyone's safe in the Black Bears lead. Here's Wilson Weber. 1 for 3, takes the two-seamer on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1.
Out there now is number 34, Wilson Weber, our catcher from Oregon State University.
Weber had a long double to right field this last time up. Let's see if he can do it again. And the 0-1. Checks his swing, and they say he went. He chased that slider outside, 0-2.
Make some noise for Wilson.
And the fans getting behind him after the call to action by our wonderful PA man, Josh Carter. No balls, 2 strikes. Weber looking to do some more damage for Cowlitz. Next pitch, off the end of the bat. Nice adjustment on that outside pitch to stick the bat head out and at least make contact. And the count now still no balls and 2 strikes. Remind you after the conclusion of this contest to stick around for our Cowlitz Black Bears post-game show. That'll be both on KETO and the Black Bears TV network on YouTube. The 0-2. Swing and a foul tip into the glove. Strike 3. So Weber is down on strikes. There's 2 down now for Jacob Burley.
Up now our first baseman, Jacob Burley, number 22.
Burley is 0 for 2. He's reached on an error, which brought a run in.
Yeah.
A fly out he also had, and he's walked. And again, the Longview faithful here at Cowlitz County for the Black Bears, pulling for their home team to put on another run. Now Kalber deals. First pitch right down the heart of the plate with that 2-seam pitch in the count 0-1. I've noticed a lot of side-winding right-handers with that 2-seam fastball. Perhaps a pitch that breaks away from lefties for him. But it's also filthy against right-handed batters that don't know where it's going to end up. Schleichart on third, Fung at second, Bailey at first base. Here's the 0-1. And that one is left outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, we'll say with Kalbar in the last battle with Wilson Weber, he threw a few pitches off the plate that if Weber would have took or held up on would have been balls. So if Burley can hold up on those outside pitches, he might be able to work himself into a hitter's count. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss at the down and in fastball. And now in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs, a 1-2 count coming up to the Black Bears 5-hitter, Jacob Burley. And now Kalbar shaking his jersey. Not quite sure what he's doing. He's trying to signal something to the dugout. Maybe he was trying to tell his coach what kind of pitch he wanted to throw, if their coach is the type that calls pitches out there. And now he steps off, perhaps crossed up with Jack Sheward, and they're going to go have a conversation. So how did we get here this inning? Well, we started off with a 5-pitch Toriano Sweet walk before Josh Schleichart was hit by a pitch, and then after that, another walk over to Matty Fung, and then Henry Mensch struck out. Jace Bailey reached on an E5, which could have been an inning-ending double play by Justin Foles, but he dropped the ball. And then Jace Bailey, and then Wilson Weber struck out swinging to bring us here to a 1-2 count with 2 away and the bases loaded. Next pitch, swung on, and a nice adjustment by Burley to swing at that slider and send it into the backstop. We'll keep it at a 1-2 count. Walla Walla, 1 run on 5 hits, 2 errors, 7 left aboard. Cowlitz, 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 6 runners left on base. And a chilly, crisp evening here at David Story Field. And time called at the plate by Jacob Burley, trying to take Kalbar out of his rhythm. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. So Kalebar bends and just shows a crack or two as one run ends up coming in this inning. But once again, the Black Bears leave them loaded. One run on no hits, one error, and 3 left on base. We head to the top of the 8th. Black Bears finally back on top. They lead it 2-1 on Walla Walla, and the Sweets coming to bat. You're listening and watching Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball on KEDO and the Black Bears TV Network. So here we go, top of the 8th inning. The new arm for Cowlitz is Toma Morasi from Japan. And Morasi, a left-handed pitcher. He's got a long, slow delivery, and he's a good arm to set up against this Sweets lefty-heavy lineup, although it looks like they might send some pitch hitters up to the plate against the left-handed pitcher. So for the most recent Cowlitz reliever, Keegan Wright, he went 1 inning of scoreless relief, no runs on 1 hit, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. 19 pitches, 10 strikes, 52.6% for him. And we'd like to remind you that you can follow all your Cowlitz Black Bears action on Twitter at Cowlitz B Bears. I'm actually shooting out a tweet right now. If you can't stay tuned or anything like that and can only follow on the old social media, well, they're a good follow. Every time there's a run or an exciting play, I try to push it out there. So a little bit of Sweet Caroline pumping through the speakers as Morasi is getting ready to deliver his first pitch.
Just in time. Very good. Round of applause.
And the lefty kicks, delivers first pitch, and this is hit hard to short. Oh, almost stopped there by Schwartz as it ends up in center field. So it's a leadoff base hit for Justin Foles, who now has 2 hits in the contest. So Toma, in a rude awakening for him, as he threw a pitch in a good spot, but
Cesar Lopez up now.
It was hit hard by Foles. So now the next one gets away, way away, and the runner advances to second on the wild pitch. So first one on a hard hit ground ball, and now a 1-0 count, and Justin Foles over on second base representing that tying run. Now Morasi clearly with some stuff here. And let's see what we got from Morasi on the season from Mount Hood. He pitches from right in the middle of the rubber. He's up against the lefty Cesar Lopez, who is 1 for 2. And the next pitch, that's a strike right on the outside corner, in the count 0-1. We can see Morasi's got some seriously good stuff in 12 appearances, 1 start. He went 2-3 with 4 saves as he misses a little inside that time, 2-1. He pitched 12 in the 3rd innings with 24 strikeouts in there. But the bugaboo for him was his 19 walks. But as we're seeing right before our eyes, and you're hearing here on KEDO, Morasi's got some really nice stuff as that breaking ball just runs a little too far inside, and the count 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Runner on second base in Justin Foles, who got his second base hit of the game. He now has 4 hits on the season, as he had 2 yesterday as well. Or no, he had 1 yesterday, my mistake. Foles had 3 today. And now time called. Maracy gets a little extra grip from the rosin there, and he's good to go. 3 balls, 1 strike, as some clouds headed overhead. Still no sunset quite yet, as even though we're heading towards 9 o'clock. Now the 3-1. And dunks that one in. Ooh, a little low. Ball 4. So a base hit and a walk to welcome Maracy to the ball game. And now Connor Cirillo will come up and try to break his 0-for-3 stretch. Strikeout, line out, ground out, and when he's made contact, it's been the other way. He's a right-handed hitter, and here comes Keir out to the mound. This is actually the first time that we've seen Keir
just a reminder, if you're
trot out there
under, it's a great time for you to go
this season, as warming up in the bullpen is James Bradwell, the Canadian from Gibsons, British Columbia. So while they meet on the mound, we'll go to our out-of-town scoreboard. Port Angeles still leads 5-0 on Bellingham, as Corvallis up 3-2 on Yakima Valley. The Raptors have exploded for 11 runs against Bend. They lead that one 11-2. And Wenatchee have put another one on the board. They now lead the Pickles by a score of 4-2, as the Black Bears up 2-1 here on the Sweets, looking for their first league win of the season.
Great time to bring the whole family.
So following a lengthy deliberation, John Poland goes out to break it up, as that was almost certainly to give Bradwell a few extra throws. So the walk might actually help the Black Bears a little bit here, as now the ground ball double play back in effect. We know Maracy has some stuff here. He did have the 4 saves in his appearances last year. And the bunt goes down. Maracy picks up, looks to third, fires over to first instead, and Funk can't handle it, as it's going to trickle over into right field. The run will come in to score, and now we're all tied up on a defensive miscue. And now they're trying to see if Bradwell's done out there in the bullpen. I think he still needs 1 or 2 more pitches, as the Sweets got a little more than they bargained for on that bunt, in a good way for them. An error on the play. So now it is all tied up at 2. So Fung dropped it.
Number 31,
Foles came in to score, and Lopez got over to third base. So 3 of the 4 runs today have been unearned. And now Brian Burris calls time, and that'll be it for Toma Maracy. So he'll exit the ball game here, leaving 2 on base for James Bradwell, who will come in and try to close the door on this 8th inning and try to mitigate the damage. Called to the bullpen right here, as the Black Bears and Sweets are all tied up at 2 here in the top of the 8th, with Lopez on third and Cirillo on third base. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball on KEJO and the Black Bears TV Network. We'll be back in a minute and a half. Well, here comes
Dallas
James
Black
Bradwell,
Bears games
and
is like the place where you can just
he's probably going to be tasked to get 6 outs here.
Always a good time.
As there are runners on the corners, nobody out. And boy, did Bradwell have an excellent outing against Ridgefield. He picked up a save as he tossed 2 innings of shutout baseball, faced 7 batters, struck out 4, just hit 1 batter. That was the only man to reach, as he was sensational. And he has a fastball that sits in the mid-90s, and it is almost impossible to hit. Also with the spin that he's got on it as well. So Bradwell will come in and try to mitigate some of the damage as Marassi allowed a run to come in. There was an error, though, there as well. As the ball gets passed along to the University of British Columbia tall right-hander, Bradwell. 6'5", 230 pounds. He also played for the North Shore Twins. And is just one of these absolutely enormous, spectacularly hard-throwing right-handed pitchers. So let's see if he can navigate his way through 6, 7, 8 without allowing Lopez to score from third. Wetterow, Sheward, and Delazier all due up to the plate. The third baseman, Bozet, playing in. Middle infielders playing back. They'll give up the run to get the double play. First pitch from Bradwell. Woo! Does that have some heat? That's like a ghost pepper fastball right there, and the count 0-1. Some sweet heat from James Bradwell, and he likes to stay low and away from all the batters. Wetterow choked up on the bat. Here's the 0-1, and it's scorched foul and into the parking lot. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 pitches, 2 absolutely rocketed fastballs from Bradwell. And yeah, with that frame and that arm, you're expecting that pitch to come through fast. And now Bradwell's 0-2 is punched foul off the end of, or rather off the handle of the bat, and once again on the left side. And that's about all that these guys are going to be able to do with the ball here against Bradwell. Very difficult to get around on that fastball. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. A strikeout is the Black Bears' best friend right here in this tie ball game. And the 0-2. Swung on, and it looked like it went off of his ankle. It's back to Bradwell, lays it over to first, and it looks like it was about to hit the batter, or the base runner, as this goes into the outfield. A run will come in to score, and it is Cesar Lopez, so an error that time by Bradwell allows another one to come in, and the Sweets are on top 3-2. And I thought that that ball might have hit off the ankle of the batter, but I guess I was off on that one and probably hit the batter's box there. It just took a crazy hop. And some defensive miscues have caused some problems now for the Black Bears, as they're in an even tougher situation now, with 2 on, both in scoring position, and still nobody out. Now Bradwell deals misses high, 1-0, and that run will be charged to Marassi. As the runner was his responsibility, and Cirillo on third, also his 1-0. His foul, woo, straight back, actually flinches that almost. Well, if it were to break through the netting, which it won't, we have very nice facilities here at David Story Field. But if it did go through, it would probably hit Brandon, the broadcaster, over to my left side for the Walla Walla Sweets. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bradwell kicks, delivers, and this is hit in the air, but foul on the right side, 1-2. We're here in the top of the 8th inning. The Sweets have now taken a 3-2 lead. Of a base hit, a walk, and a couple of Black Bears errors. Now Bradwell near the belt. 1-2. Swung on and chopped to third, but foul, as that ball just kind of died out there. It looked like it had been hit hard, and then it just sunk very slowly onto the warning track over there. Tomorrow, these 2 teams will square off here at David Story Field at 1:05 p.m. And I will be on the call. My name is Zach Smole on KEDO and the Black Bears TV network over here on YouTube. You can catch all of the home games on the Black Bears TV network as Bradwell dunks in that off-speed pitch, strike 3, and sends him down looking for out number 1. So here comes Caden Delosier, who has struck out 3 times, 1 away from the Golden Sombrero. And then after that for Cowlitz, they'll have a day off before hitting the road. And going to Bend for a 3-game set. Bradwell, a long look in. 2 on, 1 out. This is hit and past the diving Fung and into right for a base hit. 1 run comes in. Here comes Wetterow. He will also score. It's a 2 RBI base hit by Caden Delosier, and the Sweets starting to create some separation here. It's 5-2. And Fung just missed that one by about a hair. If he hadn't been playing in, he probably would have made the play, but you got to play the infield in with those 2 guys on.
Number 4, Keegan Wright.
So now the line is closed on Toma Maracy, and we'll give it to you with Cameron Butler at the plate. So Maracy did not record an out as that first pitch of ball from Bradwell, 1-0. He threw 7 pitches, 3 strikes, allowed 3 runs, none of them earned though, on 1 hit and 1 walk. Here's the 1-0. Blazing fastball. You can hear that out Weber's glove, but pitch off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. And Delosier leads off the bag over there at first base. Holding him on is Jacob Burley as the next pitch, a breaking ball, misses down and out. Bradwell upset with the call, and now the count 3-0. So the Tide's certainly not going the Black Bears' way here in the top of the 8th inning. A couple defensive miscues, and now Bradwell just outside the strike zone as now they're warming up another man in the bullpen. That's Max Petty, who we saw yesterday. And Bradwell, though, follows it up with another fastball, this time right down the middle, count 3-1. So Bradwell, a big strikeout guy, but we know that he wants to get a ground ball here to try to double him up and get him out of the inning. Here's the 3-1. Big swing and a miss by Butler. And the count now full, 3-2. So Bradwell able to bounce all the way back here and make something happen. Looks in for the signs. Checks on Delosier over at first base. Kicks, delivers. Here goes the runner, and the pitch, strike 3. They got him to throw down. It is a strike him out, throw him out play for the Cowlitz Black Bears. Who needs a ground ball when you have an arm like let's try that again. Who needs a ground ball when you have an arm like Wilson Weber? So they catch him looking, and Delosier caught stealing second base. So the Black Bears, although they surrender some runs this inning, are able to catch some defensive momentum and head into the bottom of the 8th inning, trailing by 3. 4 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors, and nobody left on base. We are done with 7.5. Black Bears coming to bat, trailing by 3 in the bottom of the 8th. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on 99.1 FM and 1400 AM KEDO for Longview. There we go, and the Black Bears TV network.
Spokane Falls.
Well, the Black Bears had a rally handed to them on a silver platter in the last inning. They had the bases loaded, nobody out. They were able to scratch across 1. And now they have to start all over. They trail it by 3 here in the bottom of the 8th. Brock Bozet, Matthew Schwartz, and Toriano Sweet all due up against another inning from Caden Kailbar. First pitch is bunted, popped up, and this is going to land next to the pitcher, Kailbar. Slings it over to first, not nearly in time, as Brock Bozet showing off the wheels, and a great time for his first hit of the season. So Bozet able to pick up a bunt hit and get things kicking here for the Black Bears as Matthew Schwartz steps to the plate. So now the Black Bears with some traffic on the base paths as the first pitch to Schwartz misses outside. And again, Caden Kailbar was a little out of control of the first 3 batters that he faced. So we'll see if Cowlitz can take advantage here and stay patient at the plate. As we saw, Bozet with some speed, maybe try to swipe second. Kailbar delivers. And this is grounded through the hole up the middle and in for a base hit. Bozet's going to stop at second, but the Black Bears showing signs of life here. Back-to-back base hits to start things off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And with that, here comes Toriano Sweet, who is 1 for 2 with a strikeout, a single, and a base on balls.
Don't forget, if you're 12 and under, we'd like for you to go to the first base side.
And now they're going to meet with him on the mound, and we'll see if his time is done. They do have a righty warming up in the bullpen. A lot of walks and a hit batter in the last inning, and now back-to-back base hits to get things started with the dangerous Sweet headed to the plate. And this mound visit could serve a couple of purposes. The last time they went out to talk to Kailbar, he settled down and was able to get out of the inning by allowing just 1 run. And it also might be to give the guy in the bullpen some extra time to warm up in the pen as he's now coming into the dugout. So it looks like he's ready. Or actually, no, he's just going there to chase the ball. Romo warming up in the pen. He got the save last night. And if Sweet can get another hit like he had his second at-bat, the Black Bears will be able to whittle away at this lead. First pitch to him is right on the outside corner for a strike, and the count 0-1. Long look at the 2 base runners. Kicks, fires. Next pitch to Sweet is a strike right on the black on the outside corner, and the count 0-2. So let's see what he goes with here. Kailbar has a nice repertoire of pitches here. We saw him go with that off-speed offering before in 2 strikeouts to try to put some guys away. And the 0-2. Sweet swings and misses. He's a little behind on that one. Strike 3 as they do catch him with the off speed, and there's 1 down. So now Josh Schleichart will step up 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, and he was also hit by a pitch.
Designated hitter out of University of Utah, number 24.
He was hit by Kailbar the last time, so didn't really have a long plate appearance, as the first pitch is that slider painting the outside corner, count 0-1. Now the Black Bears want to at least get to Matty Fung this inning and give the man at the top of the order a chance to knock somebody in. But now, right now, it's up to Schleichart. 0-1. Swing and a miss at the up and in offering, and the count now 0-2 to the Black Bears number 9 hitter. Walla Walla up by 3. The Black Bears with the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 8th. There's just 1 down with Bozet over there at second base and Matthew Schwartz residing at first. Next pitch will be Kailbar's 36th out of the pen. Laboring to get these 4 outs so far. 0-2. Swing and a miss again with the slider. Strike 3 on Schleichart. And another K for the Walla Walla Sweets pitching staff.
Stepping up now is Matty Funk,
who have been racking them up so far this series.
He's our second baseman from Boise State.
As Matty Fung steps to the plate. UC Davis commit. As that's strikeout number 15 for the Sweet staff today. Fung 0 for 2, but has walked twice. First pitch. High and outside to the lefty in the count 1-0. Cowlitz just have to stay patient right here. Wait for Kailbar to give him something to hit. And now we have a nice youthful section over down the right field line, right next to the Sweets dugout, cheering for the Black Bears. All right, little home cooking. 1-0 is a strike just on that outside edge. And the count 1-1, and Henry Mensch in the on-deck circle unhappy about that call. 1-1 to Fung with the bright orange batting gloves, who fits perfectly with the Black Bears motifs. 1-1 pitch to Fung. Slider, backdoor is fouled away. And the count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Caden Kailbar about to throw his 40th pitch of the evening. Bozet on second and Schwartz on first base. The infielders all playing back, guarding against a sharp ground ball. Kailbar, a long look. He deals the next one in the dirt, and a good hang up there by Matty Fung to move the count to 2-2. Well, an issue for Cowlitz today, and a reason why they are trailing by 3. They have not hit very well with runners in scoring position. They are 0 for 13 in those situations today. They've gotten plenty of guys on base, but that big hit just has not come for them. They do have 6 hits on the day, though. The 2-2. And Fung takes one high and outside to fill the count up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And again, you got to love what you're seeing from Matty Fung when it comes to his patience at the plate. Fung has had a 4 pitch at bats, 6, 7, and 8 pitch at bats, so really works the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. 2 men on. Black Bears with the tying run at the plate. Runners will go, and this is fouled away by Fung, so Matty continuing to put the pressure on Kailbar to make a perfect pitch. Bozet reached on a leadoff bunt single, and then Matthew Schwartz followed it up, lacing one right up the middle, and then back-to-back outs by way of strikeout. Runners again will go on the pitch. 3-2. Swung on, that's up the middle, and going to drop in for a base hit. Here comes Bozet. He's going to round third. The throw is offline. He will score. It's an RBI single from Matty Fung, and the Black Bears creeping in closer. It's 5-3. Well, this coaching staff has a lot of faith in Fung, and you can see why. As Cowlitz able to drive one in here. And now the go-ahead run is at the plate in Henry Mensch.
We're not done yet.
Hit number 7 for Cowlitz in the ballgame. That matches Walla Walla's total. And that's the first hit in 14 chances that Cowlitz has had with runners in scoring position today. So 5-3 game now. And the fans getting behind him. Mensch 1 for 4. Single, a couple strikeouts, and a flyout. Takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike count 0-1. And John Pullen has been consistent all day in the lower part of the zone. Let's see if Mensch can make an adjustment and knock one the other way. Schwartz and Fung both on the bats, and both with a lot of speed. Oh, 1. And off the plate outside, 1-1. Good take that time by Henry Mensch. Again, trying to make Kailbar work here. He's got to be starting to get a little tired here. 45 pitches through just 1 2/3 innings. On deck is Jace Bailey, who the Black Bears would love to get to the plate with a chance to take the lead, unless they take the lead before that. 1-1 is high and outside off that slider. Tried to dunk that one in for a strike, but nothing doing. 2 balls and 1 strike. Henry Mensch under the lights here as the bright LEDs out high in the sky, cascading down, mostly illuminating the outfield. And looking to make some fireworks happen here. With the 2-1 count and 2 men on, his team trailing by 2. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Off that fastball inside that was tailing in. Tough pitch for Mensch to hit. And the count even now at 2-2. And Walla Walla really playing Mensch to pull in the outfield. Cameron Butler is actually in the left center field gap there. He's barely in his position. A lot of space in the right center gap if Mensch can get it there. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Next pitch, it rattles outside with the slider, and the count full, 3-2. So the runners once again will go on the pitch. It worked for the Black Bears last time. Let's see if Mensch can knock one in and follow Matty Fung's lead. Cowlitz trail by 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. Kilbar comes set. Looks back behind Schwartz. Nobody holding him on there. Fung with a nice lead on first. The 3-2 is low. Ball 4, and Henry Mensch works himself a 2-out walk to once again load up the bases for the Cowlitz Black Bears. And Jace Bailey with a swaggering saunter up into the batter's box. But he might have to wait a little longer to get his chance to take some swings, as Caden Kailbar is likely getting out of the game here. And yeah, that'll do it for Kailbar, so he is all done today. New pitcher coming in for the Walla Walla Sweets, and we'll step aside in this call to the bullpen. When we come back, the Black Bears with a chance to take the lead. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. You're tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on KEDO and the Black Bears TV network. We'll be back in a minute and a half. So the Cowlitz Black Bears will look to try to continue to dance in the dark here at David Story Field with the Bruce Springsteen pumping. Jackson Lappiner is now out on the mound. The two-way player, you might recognize him because he was the DH yesterday. And he actually pinch hit for Caden Delosier. So that was my mistake before. He's the one that got the hit. As Lappiner up to the plate, or rather on the mound. 6 foot 290 pounds, a freshman from Golden West College. He was 3-0 in 9 appearances this season, no starts, a couple of saves, 14 innings pitched, 13 Ks, and 2.57 ERA. So here comes Jace Bailey, 1 for 3 with a base hit, a ground out, a walk, and a reach on an error. A chance to bust this game wide open for Cowlitz. They trail by 2 with their 3-hitter at the plate. Lappiner fires, and this is tipped into the glove. Count 0-1. And with his cap slightly askew, Lappiner pitching from the extreme first base side of the rubber against Jace Bailey. No balls, 1 strike against the big hitting left-hander. As this one misses downstairs, and the count 1-1. And hey, the Black Bears will take a walk here and continue to inch closer. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, dips a little too low. 2 balls and 1 strike. So now Jace Bailey right where he wants him. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Black Bears trail at 5-3, but the base is loaded. Matthew Schwartz on third, Matty Fung on second base, and Henry Mensch over there at first. Matty Fung drove in the first run of this inning with an RBI single, and Bailey makes contact, but knocks it foul on the right side, and the count 2-2. We're 2 hours and 38 minutes into this game. The Black Bears had a bit of a dry spell, and now the bat's starting to pick up this inning. Walla Walla with 5 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors, 7 left. Cowlitz, 3 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors, and 9 left aboard. Trying to knock in at least 2 right here off the bat of Jace Bailey. Deuces wild yet again in the bottom of the 8th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Lappiner sets. Nice leads off each respective bag. For the Black Bears is the curveball, and they get him to swing and miss. Jace Bailey right over the curveball, strike 3. So the Black Bears again leave the bases loaded, but Cowlitz are able to inch a little bit closer here. They bring in 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, but leave 3 aboard. We are all done with 8 here, heading to the final frame, top of the 9th inning. Walla Walla lead at 5-3, and the Sweets will come to bat from the top of the 9th. You're tuned into Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball right here on KEDO and the Black Bears TV Network.
Yep, they're gonna hop to me. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Winner!
So here is Max Petty coming out here on the mound, and that means the day is done for Bradwell. Let's give you his line out here. James, well, first, we gave you Morace's, right. So James Bradwell threw 1 inning, allowed 1 run, and was unearned on 1 hit, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. He threw 16 pitches, 12 for strikes at 75%. As we go to Max Petty, who was really good yesterday. Faced 4 batters, walked 1, retired the rest, and threw a scoreless inning of relief against these Walla Walla Sweets. He's a left-hander, and we'll see what he can do here to try to hold the deficit to just 2 for Cowlitz. And again, we will take you around the league. Bellingham able to put a run on the board, so it's 5-1 over there against Port Angeles. And actually 6-1 now, Bellingham up, Port Angeles up on Bellingham. Corvallis with an 8-2 lead out of Yakima Valley. Richfield still holding on to their 11-2 up on Bend at home. And the Wenatchee Apple Sox lead at 4-2 against the Portland Pickles in Portland. First pitch to Seth Ryberg is a strike 0-1. It's going to be Ryberg, Conniff, and Foles. So not an easy part of the lineup for Petty to get through. But we'll see if they can continue to throw some zeros up on the board. They have done it in 6 of the inning so far as Ryberg fouls this one away off a check swing, and the count now no balls and 2 strikes. And Petty facing off against all lefties. So perhaps an advantage for him. So far is up 0-2. Next pitch from Max. Breaking ball, no, just a little low. And perhaps off the plate on the left side, 1-2. Don't forget, tune in tomorrow here on KEDO and the Cowlitz Black Bears YouTube channel as the Black Bears will take on the Walla Walla Sweets in the final game of this 3-game set at 1:05 p.m. right here at David Story Field. 1-2 is down and outside with the fastball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And yeah, you'll want to catch that one on, well, of course on KEDO or YouTube, whichever you prefer, but you won't get another opportunity at YouTube for a little while afterwards as the Black Bears will hit the road and take on the Bend Elks, and then we'll return to action on Friday at home against the Nightline Bears, as this one is upstairs from Petty, runs the count full, 3-2. Or the Northwest Stars, actually. There we go, yes. Northwest Stars first on the 11th and 12th, and then the Highline Bears the 13th, 15th, and 16th. Here's the payoff from Petty. He got him. Strike 3. Max Petty puts down the hammer on the outside corner and sends Ryberg down looking for out number 1. 1 down. Here comes Chris Conniff, who has a big 0 in the hit column today. 0 for 4. A couple of grounders, a flyout, and a line drive out. Has hit everything the other way.
Chris Conniff now. Number 19, second base.
So Petty retires the first batter he sees, and this is skied in the infield. Schwartz hustling in, but Bozet calling him off, and he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So Bozet continues to be the de facto pop-up guy over there on the left side, as he's caught a lot of them so far today. And there's 2 away here heading into the top of the 9th inning. Or rather, still in the top of the 9th. There we go. Justin Foles, the switch hitter, up to the plate, 3 for 4 with a flyout, a home run, and a couple of singles. That home run was the first run on the board for the Walla Walla Sweets. So red hot day for Justin Foles. Let's see what they can get from Petty here. The Black Bears trail by 2, looking to keep it that way. Petty's first pitch, that's a strike right down Main Street, and the count 0-1. Petty's thrown 8 pitches, 5 have gone over the plate. The 0-1 is cranked into left field, and that's going to drop in, perhaps for extra bases. Mensch picks it up on a hop. Foles is heading for second. Here's the throw. It's a bit offline, and Justin Foles with a 4-hit day today, and is now just a triple away from the cycle. What a game that this young man for Walla Walla is having. So here comes Cesar Lopez, 1 for 2 with a single, a couple of walks, and a flyout as Cowlitz look to strand Foles at second base. It's another lefty, so Petty again with that platoon advantage, lefty-lefty matchup. And Petty sits near the belt. First pitch to him is fouled back. Nearly went into the Black Bears dugout in the count 0-1. And after the final out, we encourage you to stay tuned here on KEDO and the Cowlitz Black Bears TV network for our Black Bears post-game show right here, as the next pitch is a strike to Lopez in the count 0-2. And today, I believe we'll be getting a Black Bears player for an interview, so we'll see if we can get that done here for you today. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Petty deals, and this is fouled off the handle of the bat and back into the backstop. No balls, 2 strikes still on the cleanup hitter, Cesar Lopez. The Sweets with 5 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors, 7 left. The Black Bears, 3 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors, and 12 left aboard. They could definitely have more than 3 runs out there today, but the big hits have been few and far in between for them. Other 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Max Petty bounces back beautifully after giving up that 2-out double and sends his man down on strikes for the final out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We head into the bottom of the ninth. Cowlitz down by 2, but sending up Weber, Burley, and Bozet. You won't want to miss the exciting conclusion of this Black Bears baseball game right here on KEVO and the Black Bears TV network.
There's Wilson Weber.
Laying it all on the line right here. The Black Bears trail it by 2. Wilson Weber, Jacob Burley, Brock Bozet, all due up to the plate. Weber is 1 for 4 with a double.
Wilson.
As the Wilson chant going out. And hopefully the Black Bears are able to go overboard. As the first pitch is downstairs for a ball, count 1-0. And the 1-0 is off the plate again, and Wilson gets himself into an advantageous count. Sorry, I mixed up some of my Lost at Sea movies. So with the Wilson chant, the Black Bears will try to cast away the Walla Walla Sweets as Weber laces one into right. That's going to dunk it for a base hit, and it's going to hop over Seth Ryberg. Weber's going to round first, head to second. He's going to try for third. Ryberg fires it in, and Weber slides into third base, and he gets in there with a base hit. And the Black Bears off to a rip-roaring start here this inning. It's a triple for Wilson Weber.
Our boy Jacob Burley's up now.
Now I'm thinking of giving him a triple on that play because that ball just took a huge hop over Ryberg's head. I don't know if we could have expected him to make that. That like just completely sprung up from the ground, almost like there was some rubber out there. So now the tying run is at the plate, and the go-ahead is on deck. Here's Jacob Burley, who just missed a home run by a couple of inches in his second time up. He's 0 for 3 today with a walk. First pitch to the Brown University man, and gets away from Schuer, but not far enough for Weber to score. So the count 1-0. And Cowlitz have threatened many times today, but have only been able to put one up at a time. Once in the first, 1 in the 7th, and 1 in the 8th. They need 2 at least here in the bottom of the 9th to keep things cooking. 1-0, and it's fouled back by Burley, who was right on it, 1-1. And Brock Bozet, being a good teammate, picking that one up over by the Sweets on deck circle. Well, the Wilson chance worked, and he's been off to a good start to this season. He's sitting over there at third base. He's 3 for 10 with a couple extra base hits, and now time called from the box. That was Jacob Burley. Lappiner trying to nail this one down and pick up his first save. 1-1. Swing and a miss by Burley, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lappiner faced 2 batters in the last inning, did give up a hit, but the big strikeout was able to shut things down. Burley looking to get into the hit column here. And the 1-2. Down and out, holds up, and Schuer blocks it to keep Weber at third, but a good play that time. As it looks like Schuer may have gotten hit a little bit by that baseball. So John Pullen going to go out and have a quick chat with Lappiner to give him some time to shake things off, and Sherwood looks like he's ready as he underhands the ball back over to his closer. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here. The Black Bears are 1-1 on the season, but are looking for their first league official victory. They won a non-league game against the Ridgefield Raptors, 10-8, and that came in comeback fashion over at Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex on Wednesday. Now the 2-2. Breaking ball, he got him. Strike 3. Jacob Burley is down looking for out number 1. Another strikeout from the Walla Walla Sweets pitching staff.
Right now it's Brock Bozet. Brock Bozet's up, and he's our third baseman.
17 from the staff today.
Lot of love in
Brock
the park right
Bozet
now for Brock.
up to the plate, 1 for 4 with a trio of strikeouts but a bunt single. First pitch, high and outside for a ball, count 1-0 as the umpire officially signals that, yes, indeed, that is an outside pitch. Cowlitz would love to walk it off at the very least. Try to tie this game, set it into extras. 1-0 is downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes to Brock Bozet. Got his first hit of the season on that bunt single. He's now 1 for 9 and also has walked a couple of times this year. Here's his 2-0. Hit high in the air, but that's going to go foul on the right side, and the count now 2-1. Still a good count for Bozet to try to get a hit here. And as we talked about Lappiner, the couple of saves in college this season. And he helped give his team the lead with the 2 RBI hit. I made a mistake before. I said Caden Delosier was at the plate, but in fact, it was Lappiner pinch hitting for him. I corrected that on the Twitter as well. The count now 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike.
That's what I'm talking about.
1 out. Runner on third base. Brock Bozet at the plate representing the tying run here. Lappiner kicks, delivers 3-1. This is hit in the air to center field. This is going way back. Butler keeps going back. It's toward the barn, and he makes the grab at the track. Tagging and scoring will be Wilson Weber, so at least Bozet gets a sac fly out of it. So the Black Bears pull within 1, but are now down to their final out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's another run. Another run for the Cowlitz.
And Brock Bozet picks up the ribby. But it'll be all up to Matthew Schwartz here to keep this game alive. He is 1 for 4. He flied out, struck out, grounded out, and singled in his most recent plate appearance.
This is Matthew Schwartz.
On deck is Toriano Sweet, a man they'd like to get up this inning. Tying run at the plate. First pitch from Lappiner. That's upstairs for a ball, 1-0. They might make Lappiner throw him a strike before getting aggressive and taking some hacks. A free base runner would do them a lot of good today. Cowlitz just trailed by 1, doing everything they can to stay in. Next pitch. This is hit in the air in the gap in right center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Matthew Schwartz is 2 for 2 in his last 2 at-bats. 2 for 5 on the day, and let's keep this game going.
These are the moments more than ever when you being here really counts. Making a lot of noise right now. Up to bat, Toriano Sweet.
So it's coming down to this. Toriano Sweet to the plate. He represents the go-ahead run. Matthew Schwartz can tie it up if he scores from first base. Sweet is 1 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, a base hit, and a walk. Lappiner has surrendered 1 run since entering the game, and a couple of hits in there as well. So the Black Bears have been seeing him pretty well today. First pitch to Sweet is a strike right down the middle, count 0-1. After the final out, stay tuned with the Cowlitz Black Bears postgame show right here on KEDO and the Black Bears TV network. Here's the 0-1 to Sweet. Swing and a miss at that one down and outside, and now Cowlitz down to their final strike. Tying run, Matthew Schwartz over there at first base. The Black Bears got up to a 1-0 lead, and then game got tied up in the 4th before a 4-run explosion by the Sweets. And the Black Bears have built a picket fence here at the end. Here's the 0-2. And the slider down and outside. Good patience there by Sweets to lay off that one. And we're onto a 1-2 count. Gallets have scored 4 runs on 9 hits. Another one here, particularly one in the gap, could tie things up. 1-2. Sweet went around, yes he did, but the ball gets away. Sweet's gonna advance over to first base, and he's gonna be in there, so Callets continue to keep this inning alive as Toriano Sweet gets over to first base on the swinging strikeout, but the ball got away.
Up to bat now, number 7, Sean Mulcair.
So now here comes Sean Mulcair, who's been a big-time hitter for the Black Bears. He's going to pinch hit here. Mulcair is 3 for 6 with 3 hits, 2 runs scored, 2 driven in, and 1 walk. He also has a 2-run home run and had one of the team's 3 hits yesterday. He also reached base by way of a walk. Lefty against the righty. The go-ahead run and the winning run is sitting there in the speedy runner on first base, Toriano Sweet. But all Mulcair has to do is drive in Schwartz from second. First pitch is the strike at the knees on the inside corner, count 0-1. Callets have scratched and clawed their way back in here. They got an excellent start from Kelly Austin, who went 6 strong and allowed just 1 to come in. Then it's a little bit of bullpen struggles, put them behind, but they have continued to score in the final 3 innings. 1 run in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. 0-1, breaking ball, that's a strike. And once again, Callets are down to their final strike. Schwartz on second, Sweet on first. Sweet is the winning run, Schwartz is the tying run. And Sean Mulcair at the plate, looking to do some damage. Lappiner from the extreme first base side of the rubber comes set. Back by the belt, the 0-2, and Mulcair puts this one on the ground. It's over towards the foot base, and a foot race. Wetterau flips it over to Lappiner, and that'll do it. The 3-1 put out sends Mulcair down, and the Black Bears lose another tough one by just 1 run.
Don't go
it's
anywhere.
5-4.
We still have the Callets Black Bears and Fiber Federal Kids.
So Callets drop another one by just 1 run, but hey, the Black Bears did an excellent job out there today, scratching and clawing their way back in. They scored 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th. They kept it interesting all the way through. The starting pitching was excellent again. And, once again, it was just that one tough inning for them defensively and on the mound that put them behind, and unfortunately for them, for good, as they drop 2 in a row to the Walla Walla Sweets. We're going to take about a 4-minute break now before the post-game show. But when we come back, some Callets Black Bears post-game coverage right here on KEDO and the Black Bears TV network. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Walla Walla Sweets hold on to defeat the Callets Black Bears by a score of 5-4. We thank you for listening. I'm Greg Monty saying so long until tomorrow afternoon.
Hey, Jacob. We might have to Here with you for the Cowlitz Black Bears post-game report, and another tough night here at David Story Field. The Black Bears do everything that they possibly can to try to get their way back into this one, but just fall short by a final score of 5-4. They jumped out to an early 1-0 lead, and they just couldn't hold on to it. Kelly Austin pitched phenomenally, only giving up the solo home run to Justin Foles. That's really it. Struck out a ton of batters in the process, so we know the starting pitching has been a bright spot for this Black Bears team over their 2 league games against Walla Walla.
There's a lot
their
of
2
fast
starters,
kids out
Miles
here.
Austin and let me turn that other microphone down. There we go. Miles Austin
Don't pull me over, all right?
and Kelly Austin
Hold.
have done a phenomenal job, only allowing the 1 run over
All right,
12
before we
innings
go,
pitched. We're going to be trying to look to
there's a
get
very important
one
thing
of the
that
Black
has to
Bears
happen.
players up here for an
You have
interview,
to
but just
finish
real quick
putting
today,
down
they
the
lose
money.
this one by a score of 5-4. The Black Bears just 1
They're
for
ready.
17 with
Okay,
runners
don't
in
go.
scoring position,
Pause.
and that was an RBI single
Parents,
by Maddie
make
Fung
noise.
to try to help the Black Bears keep things going in this ball game. So
Okay.
it's tough when you don't
You
hit
better
with
get out of
guys
the way,
on base,
they're
but
gonna
they
mow you
did
over.
have the opportunities today. They
Okay,
scored
ready?
4 runs on 9
3,
hits, 2 errors, but
2,
left 14
1,
aboard.
go.
So another tough day at the plate, but some reason for optimism. Once again, the starting pitching was excellent. Once again, the bullpen was really good except for 1 inning. There was a small faltering, and then they were able to smooth things back out and get over and throw some more zeros on the board. And for Cowlitz, you got to feel good if you're a Cowlitz fan, even despite the 0-2 start. This team is pitching well. This team is hitting well. They just have to put it all together in one game and tie a bow on it, and perhaps they'll do it tomorrow against the Walla Walla Sweets at 1:05 p.m. We're going to step aside for a quick break. When we come back, hopefully a Cowlitz Black Bears interview, but if not, we'll wrap things up right here from David Story Field. My name is Zach Smolin. You're watching the Cowlitz Black Bears postgame show right here on KETO and the Cowlitz Black Bears TV network. Don't go away.
You during your travels.
All right, 30 seconds and we're good. Black Bears post-game show. We're here with our starting pitcher, Kelly Austin. And Kelly, first and foremost, excellent work out there today. 6 innings of 1-run baseball, 7 Ks, just 4 hits and the 1 walk. How do you feel after a start like that? It looked like you had everything going.
Feeling good. We're going to get the bats going pretty soon here. We've got some really talented guys on the team, so I'm not worried about, a tough loss early in the year. We're going to get the bats going. We're going to turn it around, and I felt good on my end, so.
Yeah, the pitching staff, certainly a bright spot so far this season for this Khaled squad. What's it like just going around with these pitchers and everybody out there time and time again? A lot of strikeouts, a lot of hard throwers. What do you feel about this group throughout this long season?
I think, pitching's going to define us at the end of the season. We've got some really good stuff going on. It's really nice being able to go out, get a good 5, 6, 7 innings, whatever your start is, and, feel comfortable handing that ball off to the next guy and know he's going to carry it on for you.
Last game against the Sweets coming up in this series. What do you think you guys have to do a little bit differently to finally take one over? Just a pair of 1-run losses, really.
Yeah, we had a couple of balls that we thought were going to get out, didn't quite get out. I think if we just perform a little better and scoring those runs from third and stuff like that, we got put in a lot of good situations and just didn't cash in. So I think if we just stick to our approach and just do a good job from the hitting end, the pitching side's going to keep it up, and we got a really talented squad, like I said. So I think wins are going to come.
All right, Kelly, thank you so much for joining us up here on the Black Bears postgame show. That'll wrap things up right here in David Story Field. Final score, the Walla Walla Sweets 5, the Cowlitz Black Bears 4. Make sure you tune in tomorrow on KEDO and the Cowlitz Black Bear Television Network for the final game of this series against the Walla Walla Sweets at 1:05 p.m. right here in Longview, Washington. Just a couple of people to thank out here. We have our man behind the camera right here, Justin Ford, our spectacular TV producer. Back over in the studio, Jacob Ackerman, our radio guy. My name is Zach Smolin. Thank you so much for tuning in. For everybody at the Black Bears, have a great rest of your evening. Stay frosty. All right.